Mm-hmm.
You gotta make it. You gotta make it aesthetically usable.
Yep.
So it's not a spiral with like a cowlick on top.
I forgot to print out boat
Oh yeah,
paper sheets.
boat sheets.
Yeah, boat sheets.
That's right.
Boat
Tony.
sheets.
Tony's playing a different game.
Is it?
And you all are.
Rethel's been playing a different game, and it's not. It's not like. I think it's his hobby.
Yeah.
It's just is this sort of apparently it's in his bloodline to be sort of like admin-y, but
Right.
he doesn't let it show very often.
You're all playing like a good computer RPG, and Rethel is playing Civilization in the middle of that.
Oh yeah. What kind of stats does this ship have? Yeah.
Right, all my stuff is up. So, last session, a couple of things happened.
Oh yeah, no, I got fucked up.
Tonight,
I'm like, that's a nice way of putting that.
there was a jailbreak.
No, they almost got me.
And,
Jailbreak.
yeah, Genia got fucked up,
Kind of.
but still
But you also fucked other people up.
Well, no, this is what happens when we solo things.
Yeah.
still managed to bring her people to freedom. Just biblical Moses style.
Yup.
And now the house is a makeshift sort of triage area, community center, homeless shelter, whatever you want to call it. There's a lot of that happening.
Yep.
Much to Olivia's dismay, if Genia and or Evine have gone to visit your prisoner in the basement, there's a lot of fucking people in this house right now, and it's a little disconcerting. So, meanwhile, while this was happening, Rethold and Jimena went aboard the murder train and made one stop at...
Oh, it pulled into the one stop it was headed at. And,
Oh, yeah.
And delivered its load.
Yes.
Get on the murder train, join in.
Many people died, but more importantly,
Yeah, they started it.
one of the people from... I mean, I'm not gonna. That's not wrong.
I'm not gonna argue with you. I saw what happened to the last guy.
Yep. But yeah, more importantly, one name has been now struck from your kill list.
Yep.
The slap board grows ever shorter.
Right? As Mr. Nyberg was summarily executed in very gruesome fashion by Rethold.
A pest was executed.
There was a decapitation that involved no weapons. So
It was tight.
That's just how it goes sometimes.
It's tight. It's just leverage, It's just a proper application of physics.
it's like if you don't want to need a truss in a few years, you use your knees to do it. Don't use your back.
Speaking of which, the end of an episode is the end of a session, or the end of like an arc.
Yeah, end of an no, episode was last session.
Okay,
So.
cool. So I rested up, and I'm going to choose to heal a couple of these dramatic wounds.
Yeah. Rethold, you and Jimena and for the folks that were with you, Ernesto and Magnus. Magnus, who at first makes an attempt to sort of drag the body that he had murdered away from the building, perhaps to take a trophy or whatever it is. But his chosen method of murder has embedded this person into the spot near where the horse's manager is at. So that becomes a lost proposition. So you end up taking some of the side streets because people are starting to get out their houses. At least a couple people are getting rowdy. In a fuck 'em kind of way, right? Which, you know, more winter sun.
100%.
More winter sun are sort of pouring in, so you leave the site of the murder.
Oh, yeah, well, yeah, no, we left quickly, but not overly
No.
rushedly because I had.
It was not a mad dash.
Yeah, no.
You had some time.
Yeah.
But as you get to the house, you come across this brouhaha currently happening. There's about, I would say, like 15, 20 people in the house, plus the people that are supposed to be there.
Yeah.
Many of them
just keeps bringing home stray cats.
Right. This time you just found, I don't know, you found a whole colony of them.
Yeah.
Good. We need to fix them all so that they don't reproduce. Oh wait, no, metaphor. Wrong metaphor. Okay, sorry. Metaphor didn't maintain there.
A spare room full of people.
That's right.
No.
I pull out the axe. I'm like,
That does not sound.
I can neuter quite a few, but the spaying part, that's. Evine!
That would require more finesse.
You seem adept.
So yeah, you arrive to this whole scene. It's a little bit like, again, half shelter, half infirmary. Yeah, Jimena almost immediately goes for food as she sees this whole situation. She goes and makes herself like a platter of food, grabs a bottle of wine, and then bolts to a different part of the house, presumably to lick her wounds after getting shot. Everybody is down here except for Marilena.
Yeah, where am I?
Upstairs.
You're busy being haunted as fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Upstairs.
Oh, this is still the night before. Okay. Sorry.
Yeah.
You gotta stop being distracted now. Okay.
This is still same night. So bringing all these threads together. Yeah, like downstairs, Ricardo has his sleeves rolled up. Not sure if Evine is there, but that's par for the course.
So, when am I supposed to have this meeting?
Oh my goodness. Following day.
Is it early? Because if it's early, I'm sleeping. Wait, I'm gonna go to sleep.
It is in the evening. They're socialites. Don't go anywhere.
Okay, well then I wander downstairs, wondering what all the commotion is.
Well, you're faced with this scene. Zhenya is back.
You see Zhenya covered in blood. Most of it is dry, but her right hip abdomen area is still bleeding pretty badly. But she's helping other people. There's no time to be playing with this shit.
I mean, I'm looking at that and I'm just like, I think she's
Yeah, the rest of us roll in.
Right.
Yeah. I look like I just had a hard day at the at a fucking
At the fair.
No, I mean almost, but like
had a hard day at the fair.
Well, we took in a bunch of people, right? So
Oh, yeah.
I'll probably help with that.
Oh yeah.
Here's where the beds are.
Yeah.
Let me do some triage.
Yeah, the field crew comes in looking also like there was a scuffle, although not all the blood may be theirs. Like I said, Jimena sort of says hi, grabs some food, a bottle of wine, pauses, grabs a second, and then retracts to some dark corner of the house, probably to heal back up. Is Evine around anywhere? Evine
Would we know?
also disappeared.
She says yes.
I'll head back after, it's clear she was not needed.
Right. Presumably looking like Evine again.
Mm-hmm.
And not like Olivia.
This is how I look at it.
Yeah. I thought it was cool.
Ricardo is down here also helping rolled up sleeves and sort of helping to make everybody as comfortable. So is Veronica.
Yeah.
Veronica's taking direction from Genia, but periodically is also giving...
I was like, do you want me to roll a triage neck?
Sure.
Or something for that?
Yeah.
I'm helping too. Should I roll something?
Yeah.
Wits plus survival?
Yeah, for you, survival or warfare would apply.
I think
Warfare
I'm
would
doing
be better.
more assessing like mental hardship.
So go with
better for
empathy.
My stats. Yeah. Wits or panache?
Wits. Unless you're trying to use your personality. If you're purely assessing.
I mean, it's more like, I'm gonna sense stuff and then see what I can interpret from that, I guess.
Oh, the second 10. Okay. Six from Virginia.
Okay.
7, 8, which is quickly flips to... Yes. Looks like it's 8.
Okay. And then you feel you got a pretty good handle on who's in really bad shape, who can be dealt with later, and you got a pretty good order worked out. Ricardo and Veronica sort of help you arrange people in that way, so it's not all mix and match, right? Like you try to use different corner of the houses and get people sort of paired up and grouped up,
Yeah.
in ways that make sense. So you get a pretty decent handle on that. Marilena, there's a mix of things here. These people have been through a lot. Some of them are pretty blank. Like basically, like you're not exactly sure they're fully processing what happened to them.
They're blanks. They have no faces. It's terrifying.
That's right.
Oh dear God.
That's right.
This is a different game now.
I cannot help
Yep.
that.
This is the Halloween episode.
This is beyond me.
That's right. We have a bunch of Slendermen. And I've started neutering some of them, and it's very weird.
Right.
It's getting out of hand very quickly.
Stop reproducing.
Now they're just smooth everywhere. Damn.
Yep. This meme is widespread enough as it is.
Yeah.
So there's
Some of them
lots
are just
in
angry.
shock.
Yeah, some of them are in shock. Some of them are just like angry. Some of them, there's a lot of wariness.
Zhenya would specifically ask Veronica to take notes to see if we can find if any of them still have family
Okay.
to reunite them.
Yep. She'll start writing this down.
Because if I can get them to their family sooner rather than later, I would appreciate it.
Yeah.
That's Jenya's.
Did we ever find the wife of that one guy?
She's dead.
She did.
She 100.
Oh, right.
He pulled some Schindler's List shit and sent back jewelry. She's dead.
Yeah.
She done been dead.
I was fucked up for a minute after.
She done been dead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why we were hoping to make him into a Jose.
Yes.
Right. Where is that guy right now?
Cowering in his house.
You made your offer.
He's the Batman.
He's still living in a sad little bubble of a home.
Nope. He's the Batman. That's what Tony says to himself. That's what Tony tells himself.
You have Marilena. You're gonna have to work with Veronica because she's writing names down. She's not getting names from everybody.
Yeah.
Some of them are
too far gone.
They're just like so wary.
I mean,
and
work
shut
with
down.
as in I trace them?
Well, I mean, like
you might be able to help them remember some names.
you may have to sort of
jog their memory.
Work them to a point where they can at least give a name.
Alright, do I need to roll further for that?
No, your previous roll is good
Okay.
enough. That's what I'm saying.
fine.
Like you're able to sort of jump in before Veronica like goes to certain people, and you're like, just give me a second with this person. I'll maybe don't go in there asking questions quite yet, because that will be
okay.
Yeah.
And yeah, in the middle of this, the other party comes in.
Oh yeah.
Magnus is riding a high, which tones down as he sees sort of the vibe of the room, and as elated as he is, he also reads the room.
Like we both had fun this afternoon, but
Sorry to bring in the party guys.
some of us were also doing more impact, more highly visible.
No, yours was visible. Mine was
works,
on a crown.
Yeah, public works with the community, as opposed to
Ernesto though like goes to one of the tables where you're outlined some of the maps of the city and some of the plans, and very nonchalantly grabs one of the quills while holding the cigarro in the other hand, and sort of strikes very slowly one of the names.
They're just setting each other
Right.
off now.
a supporter homegirl, I guess.
Yep. Yeah, he very slowly sort of strikes out one of the names off the list, of the kill list, and sort of puts the quill back, and then he's out. Vanishes almost in the same direction.
Peace, bye.
As
okay.
Jimena.
Oh, so I look at this, and I'm like, so you got one.
I missed one.
But still, that's one.
I've got like 2 tankards and like a turkey leg, and like there's like half-assed like wraps around some of the places where it's obvious I've been banged up, and I'm like, I'm tired. And I'm like, if you need something in the morning, I'll be there.
I don't need anything. I'm just observing that you.
Like, I'm already walking by.
Okay.
Yeah, Rethel, he has some bandages. It's shirt loosely on him.
No, there's no more shirt.
That's right. You can put it back on.
Nope.
So he still has the
Oh
the
no,
cut.
yeah, no. Well, actually, yeah, I look like an anime protagonist. Protagonist?
Yeah.
I'm anime protagonist.
Yeah, that's about right.
Yeah, no, I like to sleep with many anime characters as well. That's what that means. No, like polygamy,
Yes.
but anime.
Anime polygamist.
That's right. Polyanime.
Polyanime.
Oh my goodness.
There we are.
That's a thing. I've known people.
Polyanime.
Yeah.
Polyanime.
Polyanime. Yeah.
That's more appropriate, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
And That's when you have too many body pillows.
That's right.
The
Yeah.
body pillows have body pillows.
Yeah, he's got the wrap across
Right.
the torso that's barely hanging on.
It's when you have multiple anime mates and
That's
they're
right.
all aware of each other and they're all okay with it, but you know.
But you gotta pretend that you're keeping up a facade because fucking harems. And yeah, I crawl upstairs. I'm like, I'm gonna sleep it off. Let me know if you need something in the morning. Bye.
Yeah.
Okay.
Magnus gives you like a yes. The answer is yes. There's like a barely contained elation.
He's vibrating.
Yep.
Well, my thing is tomorrow.
You Magnus is sort of leaning a little bit. He's like, do you need help with that?
I'm not sure it's your kind of scene.
Well, I
That's fair, I suppose.
he sort of he stops asking question at that point, and he's just like, yeah, that might just be a bummer. So
I do have people to help me hire.
I'm gonna leave you with that and see if more, I don't know, more fires start to erupt in town. There was an old man who was pretty pissed back there. He was just
Two old men. There was the one. There was the one in the square.
yep.
And then
Oh, yeah,
there was
that one.
Yeah.
That one really was pissed
No,
at
he's
Magnus.
gonna be doing the Lord's work. He's also gonna be he's gonna be Nightwing, not Robin. Nightwing.
That's right. The
Very
grown up
specific.
version.
Mm-hmm.
I don't actually remember what the name of those people are. Damn it.
Well, you were not there for any of it, so
No. I mean
The ones you're gonna have tea with.
the people that I actually fired up.
Oh,
they're two of Landreville's people.
Yeah. I'm just trying to find who they are. 'Cause
They're basically
it's up here somewhere.
they're two of the spies.
Here you found them.
Yep, spies with an E.
They are spies. Tiago Navarre and Angel Ramos?
I mean, if they were friends, she would 100% start with an E. Espion. Yeah, they will meet you in the morning.
Okay.
What they've been working on is building your persona, and you succeeded. That one day you were out there throwing money around,
I
and
love that game.
Weirdly enough, for you, Marilena, I'm gonna let you decide whether it's nostalgic or repulsive, but it has a distinct feeling of being back in Vodace and playing the great game.
I think it's slightly different now because I'm doing it for myself.
Porque no los dos.
But yeah, so this whole thing goes on for quite some time. After a little while people are resting, like, the chaos dies down a little bit. But it's weird because it fires back up because one...
You mean outside or in the house?
No,
In the
inside
house.
the house. One lady starts quietly sobbing and it sets a bunch of them off.
Oh yeah.
Yep. Alright, well, don't got many hero points left, but
Ethel rolls over.
Zhenya, who was picking bullets out of her own body and starting a new jar because she gave her last jar to somebody else in a bar, will sit in the middle of the room, and I'm going to use my friendly just to mass calm the
Right.
room.
It doesn't stop all of the crying
No.
outright,
But it will
but
help
it
to...
brings we're in a comfortable enough space to be doing this.
Yeah,
We
right
need
now.
to let it out.
yeah.
Yeah, there's Marilena, one of them, actually it's a pair. They're probably not older than like 14, 15. A boy and a girl. They look like they could be related. Not necessarily like brother, sister, like maybe cousins, right? Like, and after a little bit, the both of them sort of pass out against you.
Oh. Pat.
They're sort of piled up on top of each other like cats. And it's
Heartwarming and
there's
sad all at the same
plenty
time.
there's plenty of space around them, and then it hits you that they probably didn't have that much space to sleep in while they were in captivity, so now they're curled up in a tiny space on top of each other and on top of you.
Wait, oh, no. I was gonna say, earn a hero point when you take a serious injury to protect your sworn comrades. No, I was the only one down there. Doesn't work. Anyway.
I mean, Evin was there for a hot minute.
He was there as much as they're ever there.
Yeah, but I didn't take the pain for Evine.
Yeah,
No.
Evine's
So-
too smart for that.
Peace bye!
Evin was like, have fun, and then Evin
Calling
snuck
him in the middle of the
upstairs
scene
and then barred the fucking door.
Call me if you need me.
in the Guy Ritchie Tarantino version of that scene. It did the split screen where Evine's like, "Oi," and
Right.
you're like, "Busy."
There was a real Inglorious Bastard moment there because Evin did go upstairs and I was like, I know what's about to happen, and she barred the door. She was like, you all fuckers are all stuck inside now.
That's your
Good luck.
have fun storming in the castle.
I probably know some sort of soothing song to hum.
Yep. You do. Which, again, I'll let you decide what that dredges up, but it reminds you of your own parents.
Well, that's probably sad now.
Welcome to the sad house.
Yep. Yep.
Jenny always brings a party.
Why do you think Magnus left? He's like, oh, like I've been holding back for days, and like we went in there and then we killed the dude, and then when I tried to take some of his teeth out, I couldn't even get him dislodged from the fucking manger. It was great. Now he's like, oh yeah, I got it.
Oh, look at all this. This is right. There's people. We're doing this for people. Oh,
He's like, I should tone this down.
I'm gonna go outside.
If anybody
Do some jumping jacks.
if anybody go to look around the house, you'll find both Ernesto and Magnus on the back porch of the house,
Just
silently sitting with each other. Like Magnus is seated, like discarded
Fucking
the
king of
shirt.
the hilling it. Just
The antlers are on the banister, right?
askew.
Askew, and he's whittling something. Ernesto's leaning, like there's the cigarette low smoke.
Right, yeah.
There's not a word.
It was beautiful. Yeah.
They're both like listening to the night outside.
it's just what has to happen sometimes.
Well, Ernesto's home. Like this is
Yeah.
This is second. This is the vibe.
All right. Any actions you want to take
I was gonna say,
later into that night?
when things do calm down enough that Genya feels like she can actually like step away, she will bring Ricardo and be like, I got hit with something that is not right. This was different than the other things. I need you to sew it up.
Immediate concern,
Yeah, like,
right?
that's not stopping.
Because there's a double whammy of like, I got hit by something, and he's like,
This
and
was
then
different.
Yeah. A, you admit it,
and you
B,
ask him for help,
Yeah.
which is he's like, that must have you see him.
Oh shit. Oh no.
He doesn't do it as overtly because he knows you'll fret if he does. But you see him give you the look over almost as if like, okay, 2 arms, 2 legs.
But
Both ears are still
streaming
there.
side.
Yep.
Like that
Yeah.
one's not. That one's
Yeah.
weird. I don't know what she stabbed me with, but it was different
science.
than everything else.
Right.
She stabbed me with science.
It might have been. I mean, what's
It could
the
have
only
been.
thing that could take down folklore Genya?
That's right.
Science.
Pure science.
Yeah.
No, the fucking
That shit doesn't exist. Oh!
Yeah.
the fucking no, that's my ability.
Meanwhile, I'm just
no.
drowning in people.
Yeah.
The
Yep.
the fucking the prototype civilization, the random artifact. That it was one of those where
Yeah.
you're like, yeah,
It's like a Cerneth blade.
there was Cerna. Thank you. Yeah.
So I guess she takes him to their room and brings her jar because while he's working, she can also keep working. And just pulls off her shirt and goes, "This isn't correct," and just that big gash on her side, like.
You see him, like, you hear, like, as Jania takes off her shirt, like, you hear, like, a,
That's not the sound you want to hear when you take off your shirt.
No, it's not the first time he's seen her like this. She's not shy of her body.
He sort of looks at
They're
it,
public
and then,
bath people.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
and they're both soldiers. Like, at this
Yeah.
point, Ricardo's, like, he's just wearing, like, his shirt and, like, his suspenders, like, rolled up sleeves, and, like,
Yeah.
there's, like, it's not really like a canteen, but like a metal bowl, like, filled with water, and he sort of looks at it, and he's like, did you get stabbed with like a hot poker or a hot blade or what?
If it was a hot poker, wouldn't it have closed up behind?
I mean, it's a stab, but it looks like you got burned.
I don't know. There was a lot of people, and I was in mid-change, and she was tougher than the others. But this isn't the same.
As you talk, he sort of starts getting to work and pulls out the needle and the thread,
Oh god, I can't take care of that one.
right? And you feel like just like the warmth of like a towel as he sort of gives it a clean,
Yeah.
and immediately starts to sew it shut. And he says, I don't know how much truth there is to it, but I used to serve with a couple of folks who served during the War of the Cross. And they said that there used to be some of those Inquisitor types during the war who could do things like this.
It makes sense. This is the lady that was blind?
No,
No.
that was the lady. Yes, it
Yes.
was.
Big threatening
was.
one that was.
Yep,
Yeah.
that scary one that interrogated
Evine.
Evine
Olivia.
as Olivia.
Hello.
Yes, it was the blind one.
Yes. So Jenny can describe her as much as that.
Would we be able to chime in?
Yeah, and she
Of
was.
course, Evine could chime in.
Yeah.
She bad news. She all kinds of bad stuff.
Evine just pop into their bedroom.
Right.
Well, since you're talking about this.
Yeah, there's just like a
Yeah, Ricardo.
as the needle keeps like going into your side, like there's just like the slightest little like jerk in it, and then there's he has like a piece of metal in his mouth, and he's like, "Oh, hi, Evine."
Oh,
It's not our room, it's fine. Come on in.
It's just like let's maintain the veneer that Evine cannot see anything Evine wants at any given time.
Yep. That's fine. Again, soldiers. All right.
That's right. No privacy.
Couldn't help it over here.
This is a tent, not a room in
Yeah.
a house
Oh.
that we
the
bought.
video suddenly came on and I could see Lisa.
Oh,
Oh,
hi.
oh,
That's weird. No. That's weird. It says the camera's off. Now everyone's
It
putting
is
their,
now.
they're putting their hands at me.
And it was before.
that's
But,
it.
oh, there, it's back.
I
and
turned
now
it
it's
on
back.
and off.
Okay.
So weird. Okay.
It just turned on.
Just
Okay.
like again.
Yeah.
Right, that's right.
Just like the movie.
Right.
All right, Evine. If you want to pop in with some
Yeah,
information.
so, give her assessment of, because I think she realized, like, oh shit, this lady's inquisitory and
Yeah. Because you had determined that she was basically part of a sect that was supposed to no longer be around.
Yeah.
And yeah, Ricardo tells like old wives' tales about this, about how they're supposedly, they're hunting sinners, except their powers worked on everybody, right? Faithful or not.
Yeah.
So that sort of lent a little bit of doubt as to whether, are they really instruments of Theus, or are they just killing people that they want to kill, because clearly, if this was Theus's will, the faithful wouldn't...
You wouldn't be hurt by it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, your results are inconclusive because you're a heathen.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes. And Ricardo, like, in his explanation, ventures this much, right? Like, he was like, well, to be fair, this may or may... Because it's not like you're...
Devout.
It's not like you're devout.
Yeah.
So maybe, but maybe not.
Yeah.
Do you think the knife is still there?
Everything is still there, except for the Excuse me. Everything is still there, but the prisoners. That's still not Jenya's accent, but it's fine.
It's funny
Drifting
because
closer.
you don't eat too much.
Just hanging out with Yvine too long.
I've heard Yvine say 8 words, and now I have their accent.
That's the real superpower.
It kind of is though,
Right?
Yeah.
Yep. I mean, we know this, that the main twist of this game is like you were all Evine all this time.
Oh my god! Yeah.
And you didn't know.
She was just a figment of her
She was
imagination.
a construct of all of you.
Yeah.
All of you were Evine at different points.
Oh god!
Um,
The Fight Club.
We did not leave. We did not take anything with us. Everything that fell. Weapons were reused as people fell to arm the prisoners, but I did not take anything extra with me.
So maybe a prisoner maybe one of the survivors has it. If not, it's in
But
the hole.
also, all of the people like Olivia are gone. They were not amongst the dead when we walked back through. But there was no way out of the dungeon that I know of.
Well,
Because Yvine had barred the door.
we can probably work this out. We can try to ask Olivia where people would have gone. And we can... Yvine, maybe you and I can try to go see what we can salvage out of that place, if you're up to it.
Sure.
I've been playing the dandy for a few days. I wouldn't mind doing some proper scouting work.
That pulls a chuckle out of Jenya.
She can't even pronounce dandy.
So yeah, before long, you're all sewed up.
Patched up.
You get like washed again. There's again another like this. It's like, well,
The bullet holes heal faster.
and he sort of looks at it and he's like, well, that will work. You'll probably have
Shakes
another
the
one
truck.
for your collection, because that will leave a mark. But hey, at least you stopped leaking.
Yes, thank you. That was a problem.
You get like a yes.
It doesn't normally bleed like that.
And he sort of looks like his hands are just like covered in blood, and you see like actually like flecks of what looks like burned skin too on
Yeah.
there. And
I didn't like that.
he's like, Yvine, are you still watching this? Because I'm about to take my shirt off.
Oh, I can leave.
You could have just said nothing and just got a show.
Right? Just keep them guessing.
I don't even know that she's gone.
Yeah, you don't.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
Yeah.
And he sort of waits like
A beat.
a beat, and then he's like, all right, good enough. I'm gonna choose to believe.
We're alone.
We're alone. And
I have faith in.
right. He's like, we'll maintain this masquerade.
Either they're a person of integrity and character, or they're incredibly
Right.
voyeuristic.
Or they really want to watch us, and we're not gonna know.
or
that
they're an
there.
they're an intense pervert, and there's no recourse
Right.
for if
There's
that's
nothing we can do to stop it.
Yeah,
Because I'm not gonna see them. You're not gonna see them. All right. So you have people sleeping on you for a little bit.
Poor
You
buddy,
do
man.
manage to extricate yourself eventually.
I mean, I might have just fallen asleep there if I couldn't.
Well, yeah, no, she just finished her dress, so she's ready for tomorrow,
Yeah.
and she gets to sleep in because they're.
It lasted a little while, so unless you make an effort to extricate from this, I will tell you that you wake up at dawn because you're used to that,
Mhm.
and the two kids are still asleep,
Alright.
really soundly.
I wanted to ask.
The girl is snoring at this point.
Would I even know my parents? I mean, I thought that does it pass on like by blood or
Not always.
Okay.
I mean, it's a blood thing, but it's not given.
And
that...
it's not apparent right from birth. You kind of grow into it. So I would have had a normal childhood for at least the beginning
Yeah.
of my life. Okay, we're just curious.
I mean, some families are trying to get heavy into,
Which
purity of breeding for that purpose, in the hopes that they're going to produce fate witches, but,
Ugh.
it's that good, like, nobility
Ugh.
inbreeding bullshit, right? But, I'll let you decide whether that was the case for you or not. Yeah, you wake up in the morning. Veronica is actually cooking.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, we get to see what the girl who was dead for 5 years knows how to cook.
Yeah.
All traditional Serbian food.
Yep. That's basically what it is. She's humming to herself, like, very quietly, because she's trying not to disturb anybody. There's actually some of the more well-off folks have gone up, and a few of them are actually assisting her. She protests a little bit, but there's a sense that a few of them want to feel helpful.
Yeah.
Yeah. Rethold's up as well.
All right.
Even Jenny stays in bed. Jenny stays in bed.
Yeah, you've earned it.
She had a fund.
Yeah. Yeah, the household slowly stirs and wakes up. Some folks stay asleep longer than others. For some of them, this is probably the first good, quote-unquote, sleep they've had in a long time.
If anyone needs to not be in the city more so than anyone else in this house, I'm bothering Ernesto to basically kit them in Winter Sun gear and walk them around into basically back to the ship in case it needs to leave, and that way they're not here in town if we get raided.
Yeah, a few of them, I would say like about 5 people out of there do take you up on that offer. Mostly like the ones in the worst shape, right? Primarily mentally, but there's one older gentleman who looks a little frail and is insistent in Castilian that the marine air might actually help. He sort of repeats it over and over, so you don't know if if he's just regressing to something, or
Rethold doesn't speak Castilian.
No, but Ernesto's there, and I'm like,
yeah.
That's fair.
What's he going on about?
Ernesto like sort of pauses and he's like, I think he longs for the sea.
Well, you know,
Feel that.
I know you've got plenty of sheets to wrap him in if the sea air doesn't set him back upright. So you know,
Well,
he's sturdy enough to walk, so he can walk up to the boy. He can walk
Yep.
up to the ship.
yep. So yeah, about 5 of them sort of respond to that and get kitted, and they get taken to the Bain Blanche. Most of the rest of the people either feel more comfortable staying at the house. A few of them are like, whatever you have planned, we want to help. So,
Hell yeah!
Like my Usuran friend.
yeah.
I'm sure.
Oh, yeah.
He's ready.
He's there. He's rail thin at this point.
Oh,
But
Veronica will take care of that.
yeah. He's working on that.
So when Jenya does come down, she comes down with jars.
Of course.
So yeah.
Of course. And Ricardo.
Yes.
Yeah.
Don't touch it. You're reminded it hurts.
He's-
It's no fuss.
We're not talking about it.
all right. Any business you want to take during this day before we fast forward to the evening festivities?
Like I said, Jenya wants to reunite people with families if she can.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Yeah, you get about like 2 or 3 that have like going back to families.
yeah.
The rest, so
I mean, some of them might be afraid to.
that
go
leaves
back.
about like
Yeah.
10, 12.
Well, I mean, it's not straight up like Jenya's gonna walk them to the house and be like, "Here you go," but it's more like we'll get word to the family that they're alive, and maybe like pack some shit, get out of the city for a minute,
Right.
you know.
That leaves like 10, 12. Yeah, that are either they don't have family in town,
Yeah.
or for about 8 of them, they just want to help.
Yeah.
They are ready to assist with whatever you have. If you tell them to go home, they will. But
No.
they're like, the moment you need us,
Yeah.
you must reach back out to us, right? Like they're working through this by being like, I want to be part of whatever it is you all got going on.
Yeah. She does not force anyone to leave, but does like you need to make contact with your family and let them know you're safe,
Yes.
kind of thing. But otherwise, she's Jenya. Like, I'm not here to tell you what to do. That's not my job.
Yep.
But she is going to talk to Olivia for a bit
Okay.
because that has to happen,
Yep. And we'll.
and I have to teach her more shit. That
Yeah,
she will be
Olivia.
proud of.
Olivia will ask you some questions. About what went down, about what transpired.
And Jenya is plainly honest about it. Just, I got taken down there. You know, they immediately wanted to segregate the person they thought was you and dispose of you, essentially,
Mm-hmm.
because you had been gone. You had sisters down there who, to her knowledge, are safe. And the blind woman is dead.
It's a mix of fear, relief, and just complicated.
Yeah,
Lots of emotions.
it's gonna be complicated.
She does ask you genuinely whether she almost calls them sisters and then says like the people I work with.
Oh,
Um,
because Jenya used sisters.
right.
Yeah.
Were they harmed?
Not to my knowledge. They escaped, and everyone was under direct order not to harm them.
And she sort of seems to accept that. And looks like thoughtful for a while.
Yeah.
But otherwise, your conversation is she's much calmer than when she first got
Captured.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah. She looks less frantic, less erratic, and it's not. A little bit ago, she looked like almost resigned, right? Like in sort of, I'm your prisoner, I give up, sort of a deal. But now there's more of a. She seems more calm, right? Not like,
All right. Do I hit her with another resolve empathy?
Yep.
Nah, panache plus tempt.
Where'd it go?
Panache plus 10.
It's right.
It's Marvin Gaye.
It's like the point between you and John. Right.
You see it?
Yep, I
underneath.
see it. I
Got
will
it?
get it.
Did you get it? I don't know where it is.
Or the dog gets
It's
it.
yeah. Before she decides it's a treat.
It was almost.
She's still inert. Oh no. Oh no. We made eye contact.
6. That's what you
That's
get.
Investigating.
That's right. I bent down. My hand was all the way under the table, and you were not there to see it.
Yep. You missed it. All right. Let's play this game.
How many successes? I mean raises?
Right.
I mean
Are your
yeah.
successes, raises?
All right. That makes.
What's your proficiency bonus? Marilena, Tiago, and Angel show up
Alright.
late morning, looking nervous / eager because things have been moving. Tiago informs you that you are now known in the artist's quarter
Okay.
as the wealthy stranger from out of town that may change the landscape of
5.
5?
Yeah.
Okay.
That close. To 6.
Basically, they think you're an influencer now.
Great.
Nice.
Start your Instagram.
I
Yeah.
feel a sudden need to take a selfie. I do not know
Quick.
how to do this.
Someone draw my photo now. Someone draw my likeness on this
Right.
paper.
well I pursed my lips like a duck.
You
Paint
already
me like one of your French girls.
you already ate half your breakfast, so you can't use that.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh no.
What?
You can't put out your breakfast and be like, look what I'm eating.
Oh,
Yeah,
right.
You've
you
already
can,
eaten
you
half.
can take a food picture.
Nope. But you can tell everybody what you had for breakfast, and it's super trendy because
That's
it's
right.
from Usura,
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
made by maidens.
And everybody will have to play the game of like, is this a sponsored statement or not? Is it an actual?
I'm gonna go
endorsement?
stage what's immediately behind me.
Sponsored by Prince Ilya.
That's right. There's a gentleman at the door who says he's from NordVPN, whatever that is, and now he would like you to
Jesus.
announce his product.
Oh, that's great.
But yeah, they're basically telling you like, yeah, there's whispers, there's a rumbling. I know Miss Serrano is supposed to meet you tonight, and I'm not sure if she's really thrilled by this. She doesn't like people. She doesn't like people gaining this kind of influence without being made by her.
Well,
Well, she's a hoe.
Gosh.
Respectfully.
I can't help it if I'm intriguing.
Can't help it if she's a hoe.
Angel sort of coughs, like clears his throat, and he's like, "Nope, certainly not. You cannot."
I know it was manufactured, but we'll do what we can with what we have.
We heard you made a dress.
Right.
Oh, I'm not gonna reveal that.
No, that's
so-
why it's funny because you haven't told anyone, and somehow
Yeah. They're just gonna come downstairs,
Even Ginny's like, there's a new dress in the house.
That's right.
right?
There's a strange
I feel it.
feeling in the
Right.
air.
My house sends.
Yeah.
I feel like suddenly, like, we're gonna break into song for some reason. I don't. It's a weird vibe. Just at any moment.
Somebody's gonna wear this thing and come downstairs like in a rom-com. Like I can feel it.
Yeah.
Amanda says that she's got to become a cat lady now. That's where the spam cats come from.
Yep.
Yep.
So, is there anything I need to prepare before tonight?
Your body.
My body has been ready.
To kill.
Hell yeah.
Well, Tiago basically says, we've not worked together long, but I assume you know how to play the social game, you know how to dance, figuratively and literally, I assume.
Yes.
I'm also assuming you know how to stab someone.
Now that I know quite well.
There is a chance you will need all of these things.
Ah, sounds like I'm coming home.
Yeah. It sounds like after your marriage, that sounds like some of the family dinners. Tiago says, I don't know what to tell you to prepare you more than you already are, but stay confident. Do not let Lady Serrano get the upper hand on you. The only way to see her boss is if you manage to impress her, or if you manage to gain the attention of the head honcho herself. But both of these paths involve you standing up to Lady Serrano in any way you can.
Right then. Let's see. What do I got here? Got my blades. My shawl won't go with my dress, I'm sure.
Oh, I think the dress will ensure that the shawl goes with it.
Right?
It's that powerful.
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't prevent wounds.
It's like
Nice.
the Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants. It
Can I
fits
make it
everyone.
work?
Yeah.
Okay.
With what you rolled to make this dress happen, 100%.
Do I need to roll to try to figure out how to put my weapons on me without them being seen?
Please do.
What am I rolling at?
I'm sure the dress allows the weapons to be concealed.
Correct.
Like we
But if you can...
I mean, I also have a pistol, and I'm kind of like, just in case.
Oh yeah, no, that'll go in. That'll
fully
fit in
loaded.
there as well. Yeah.
Absolutely.
I'm not very good with it, but I've got it.
Yeah, roll me just we'll go with wits and hide. Because your dress
Okay, that's
your dress has plenty of hiding spots. Now at this point, you're taking the game a step further. You're basically like, I gotta be strategic about my blade placement, about my pistol placement. Which weapon do I use if I'm seated at a table?
I'm like kind of excited about that. That sounds cool.
In my brain, there's like two gathered areas of fabric with like a ribbon or a bow, and that's enough bulk that you can shove a knife and a pistol into one or the other.
Yeah.
And that like the hilt and palm, the hilt and grip of either just look like part of the
Okay, looks like I got
of how it's
5.
gathered.
Yeah.
I've got 5.
5. Okay. Yeah. Your dress will accommodate that, and you're pretty sure you can get the drop on whoever is opposite you.
Make sure you equip Evine.
Do I? Am I equipping you? Is that happening?
I mean, it's a dress. It has a dark place.
Right.
Like Evine will just be like,
I'll just lift my skirt.
yeah, just
There she is.
just
Right.
like yeah.
No, she's like piggybacking.
No, it's like the Ghost of Christmas Future, where it's pain and ignorance
Yeah.
underneath, or whatever their names are.
Yep.
And she's like, I go now.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, just like we started. It all comes
Yep.
back to
Bring it back.
I will point out there's plenty of shadow under that skirt, so you can
I'm just speak under my skirt, like.
can
No,
pop out the full
Evine
grown
just
Evine.
falls the fuck out like Ace Ventura in the second movie, just horrified.
out of the rhino.
Just clears the fucking room.
Writhing and wet.
And then once everyone's cleared out of the room, she just
Inexplicably.
holds up her hand for a high five. Like, yeah.
Gonna do that.
Oh, okay. Good prep work. Tiago asks you if you need anything else from them leading up to it. Angel informs you that he has paid several people that are either on his payroll or owe him favors to act as essentially your hype people within the crowd.
What's Marilena's last name?
Diaverno.
Duverno.
Almost never say it.
Yeah.
Are you meeting them like at your pop-up shop, or like out on the front porch, or
No, it's at this trendy place.
Yeah, it's her choice.
in the
I'm the
artist
stranger
quarter.
after all.
no, where are you meeting with your
With my hype people?
Oh, it's at the house. They came.
Okay.
They came straight by the house.
with your marketing team?
Oh,
Yeah.
yes.
So like they're in the house, sort of in a different room than all of the refugees.
I mean, at this point, there's not a lot, right? Like, so they're just like on the side, in a side room, same level. There's still like a fair amount of noise, but
I forgot to take this out last time.
oh yeah, that's right. That's the 3D printed.
Oh, wow. Yeah, one, like, our friend that runs the
Here.
Furnace game
Ah.
printed this.
That's awesome. Oh, yeah.
Hell yeah!
Oh, I love it.
It has like a spot so you can basically like drop like a can
Actual.
Yeah.
in there.
Nice.
That is fucking
I
rad.
want to see it.
That's nice.
No, tough shit.
Yeah.
That's what you get for moving.
Aw.
Sorry.
Hold
Sorry,
on.
can't. Sorry.
I'm not
Hold
sorry. Come on.
I gotta turn the brightness on.
So in one universe, Rethel, you're in one universe you're having this conversation outside. So Rethel puts his waistcoat on over the bandages, and puts on the tie, but no shirt, just the waistcoat. And the tie. You're like a Chippendales dancer.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you look like you need to be
Yeah.
in Las Vegas or something.
And,
That's right.
Thunder down under.
Thunder down under.
And he's like, Mrs. and Divino is
Inverno. Yeah.
Divino.
Diverno.
Dioverno.
Dio Verno.
Will you be needing my assistance?
Hmm.
But in this universe, he's probably just like grabbing a turkey leg and he's like, "You want us to come along in case there's any fun?"
That probably will be fun, but more subtle.
So no.
Probably.
There may also be murder. So who knows?
There will be murder. I mean, if I were to choose anybody from this group, it would be me.
I think I have another one of these I can put Magnus in, and then we can
yeah,
we can like drive the carriage.
we can run security.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just being me, aren't I?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you've created this whole mystique about being an art connoisseur about
Without your Germans, there's always the Westen.
That's right.
Okay, fine. Okay, can I roll something to actually dress them up in something that would work?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay. What am I rolling? Should I read? Is this craft roll?
You hand me
That's
a
usual.
different waistcoat, and I'm like, I didn't think I could feel sluttier. Thank you.
You need
It's
to
the cut.
match.
It's the cut.
Ooh, my.
It shows
Ooh.
that good top of the hip.
Oh yeah, the ooh. Yeah.
Oh dear.
These pants are barely pants. They're more like legs that connect right above my drinking horn, so
Okay,
to speak.
what am I doing?
It's
Oh dear.
craft
And with?
wits.
Okay.
It's that
I don't-
Brennan Mulligan bit. I'm really turned on by the very top of butts right before you get to the crack.
So, very, very,
Yeah.
very particular there. Yeah, okay.
I could see that.
Oh, damn it, I rolled the wrong one. There. Okay.
Always with the butts.
Always.
It's brand, baby. Yeah.
That's right.
When are we ever not about the butts?
When we're about
Dicks.
boobs. When we're about any other part of secondary sexual traits. Or any sexual
These
trait.
nuts.
Really. Just physical.
Yeah.
Yep, when you're about these nuts.
That's right.
That's right, Manda.
That's right.
Alright, I got a 7, but I also have legendary.
Yeah.
Masterpiece crafter.
Hell yeah.
You find stuff around the house that somehow pulls a set of matching outfit for these two Vestin gentlemen.
And I totally fucking trick Magnus. I'm like, Magnus, we're going on another adventure.
Oh, he's fucking ready.
And
then
we have matching outfits.
Oh.
They're not much of an outfit, but they match.
you see from the side of the house the shadow of the antlers sort of coming about, and then you start dressing them, and the antlers come down.
Sad
Um,
madness.
But he looks slightly disappointed, but does not protest.
He wears. I wear one of my axes on my hip, like it's a reference to having a full two-handed bearded axe. So I give him like my other one. So we're still actually rocking functional weaponry,
yeah.
but it looks like it's supposed to be.
They're dashing.
So
Yeah.
I wouldn't entirely like. I would want to work with what I got. I wouldn't just be like, okay, I'm gonna force you into this thing that is not you at all.
Okay.
Red Thumb
'cause
is
that's-
already stylish.
Because that's absolutely
Yeah.
what I was doing to him. So like I don't.
Well, Magnus is also. Rethold is stylish. Magnus is Magnus.
malleable.
Yes.
Nice.
So you sort of use Rethold as your base canvas, and then replicate this
So now I'm
to
wondering
Magnus.
if there's a way that I can finesse this outfit so it kind of like subtly indirectly says something about what happened to Nyberg. Just like very subtle.
Tasteful.
Like basically a very subtle like intimidate through the outfits.
That's hot.
Roll me a panache.
Fucking love it.
Craft.
I was just enjoying the fact that you have both vanilla flavor and strawberry flavor vested.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
I just need a chocolate one now. We're gonna have some.
Get that Neapolitan
Get a
festival.
Yeah,
yeah.
hell yeah.
You're gonna go
That's what
run
I'm
after
talking about.
Elohim and
Oh.
get him in on that action.
I mean,
He's
I
somewhere
think it would
about
be
town.
very easy for Jenny to be like, Elohim, come join us.
Yeah, he's somewhere about town.
Oh, Marilena, wouldn't maybe there's some weird? Maybe you can do a silly thing with like red lace collar, arm, like accent, and like fucking leg accent that blatantly gives the impression of like blood at the various points that he was dismembered.
Right.
Ooh,
Yeah.
actually, yeah, okay.
And it looks like stupid and frilly and high concept, but you're like, yeah, bro.
Yeah. It looks like
Okay. That looks like 6 to me.
looks like high fashion.
Yeah.
Right. Like it's like, all right.
But it makes you think about how it's separated. Yeah,
totally.
it's great.
Yes. I want to be able to say something without even opening my mouth.
Yep. You're pretty sure you managed to make this exact tableau happen.
But you don't say anything, and for some reason, Rethel and Magnus are both like super into it, like never in any other context. But for some reason, they're like, I kind of like it.
It works, right? It works. Even Magnus is like,
All right, I see.
I don't know. Maybe I should get an outfit like this. Right? Not always, but
you just need somebody to bring out your essence.
They're like full collar doublets, but sleeveless.
Yeah.
And then to match it to the pants, that's the red.
Yep.
Tool.
You're like, the message is there. It can be read. You're like, if anybody knows fashion, they're gonna get it, and if they don't get it, they're beneath me.
Nice.
You're like, if they cannot read this, they're not as good as they claim to be. They deserve to die anyways.
You can make that happen too.
So yeah, you prep, get everything ready. Tiago and Angel sort of go out to prep the terrain, and the evening rolls in. I'm assuming you're going to slip into your battle dress.
That's right.
Yeah.
Does dress actually give me like stats?
I imagine effectively.
That's the thing.
Like,
you don't know.
oh
I
yeah.
don't know. All right.
You're not sure.
Do I put it on and feel
Something happened.
No, it puts you on.
Okay, does it put me on and make me feel like I
A woman.
am committing to a dangerous action that
Let's
I
go,
believe is
girls.
destiny, though?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. That's right. Thank you for filling the blank.
I mean, I just wanted a hero point, but okay, whatever you're doing is fine too.
Oh yeah, no. I should get a hero point.
You got your hero point
for the Shania Twain, and then give it to you.
Roll me. I'm Canadian. You get 3. Roll me a perception.
You mean in wits plus notice?
Yes.
We know what game we're playing.
Doesn't matter. Perception.
But we also know what
perception
we mean
is perception.
That we have played.
You speak the fucking language.
That we
Translate it.
Yeah, come on.
I don't always need to translate it for you.
We're cool enough. We know how to roll the thing.
I'm just being an asshole. You know this.
Across time and systems.
That's right.
That's right.
Roll me the not getting surprise murder roll.
I was rolling wits and nose. Okay, so 7.
7? Oh yeah. You put the dress on. It fits like you expected. Just perfectly. You could swear you hear the sound of a loom. There's no loom in this house.
Well, this dress is haunted.
Moon's haunted.
Yeah.
Dress is haunted. Why are you burning that dress? Dress is haunted.
Yep.
What? Dress is haunted.
Yep. Ghost dress. You're wearing a ghost.
Haunted by the spirit of a woman who I never knew, who
Right.
may not have existed in the first place.
Nobody saw that woman except you.
No.
So yeah, you slip this dress on, and for everybody else, describe what it looks like when Marilena steps downstairs into the common room.
You want me to do a dress description right like now? Oh
You
my
made
God.
this dress.
Yeah.
No, it's Kiss Me by the Gin Blossom? No, not Gin Blossom. But yeah, and you walk down the stairs slowly but cautiously.
Yep.
And Freddie Prinze Jr. is there looking up at you.
That's right.
He says, "Wow." Because he wasn't expecting you to be without glasses on.
Yep, you
Yeah.
took up your glasses at some point. And now,
And you took your hair out of a ponytail.
Right? Yeah.
You're good to go.
happening right now.
Right.
Oh, gods.
Oh, I can't do this like just like
Fucking
that.
love
Oh my
song.
god.
I hate
Okay.
how much I love that song.
What is the what season is it in terms of?
It's so cute. It's so good.
late summer, early fall.
Okay then. I think I'm gonna say, let's see, something that starts kind of like golden orange and goes down to a burgundy at the bottom.
Ooh, very sunset. Very nice.
And there's like leaves embroidered throughout, so that it looks like they're falling down from my shoulders. It has a slight train, and the sleeves have like, what do you call those things that dangle?
Like teardrop?
No, not quite.
Bell sleeve?
I'm trying to. I don't even know what these things are called. But I guess we could go for a bell sleeve. Sure, why not? Let's see. I think I'm gonna go with strapless, like drop waist.
Nice.
And I would have accessorized it with like some sort of statement, like necklace piece,
Like a high gold choker.
yeah, and then the shawl around my yeah, and there's like it's full. The skirt's slightly full. There's like pleats towards the back.
You did not intend this when you made the dress. The shawl fits with it perfectly. It's like they're two separate pieces that were meant to go together.
Jenny's like, why are you wearing so much clothes?
Yeah, there's a pause. Ricardo lets out like a whistle. Wow. And then,
Oh, it's men with
shit.
clocks. That's what.
Yeah.
and you get yelled at by your phone.
Disco time. The loom stops,
Yep.
and you feel
Even woke up Fael.
Not for long.
No.
She's
She went right
dreaming
back
now.
out. Right by the chair. Yeah, Ricardo lets out like a whistle. Magnus, in his new outfit, goes to offer you a hand, and he basically says, as you come down, I hope you won't find me forward. I know you're already married, but no, I am a Vestan man, and we don't have the same agreements you do. So,
I'm just laughing. Yeah.
I just smile slightly and kind of just let the mystery carry me on down.
What does it mean?
Right. It works. As you get escorted outside, like a few of the folks like in the house are not exactly sure
Like, who is this person?
what is
Is
happening.
there a princess in the house?
Right.
Princess in the house.
And yes, you do have access to a carriage.
I do. Do I create it out of like pumpkins?
No. It was loaned to you.
This is a
by-
boring ass carriage that we're gonna drive.
You are buddies with the governor of the city. So
We brought the governor's boyfriend back.
Yeah.
We are owed
So-
many things.
Alright.
You have access to this
Well, I'm
carriage.
certainly not walking in this dress.
No,
Correct.
of course not.
And you got your escorts now. Your two Vestan boys.
Damn, two Vestan bully boys.
Yep. Grabbing the carriage. You get escorted in, then they sit shoulder to shoulder up front at this carriage. And Magnus is sort of like, you tricked me into this. And
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
not sure I'm even mad.
I know.
That's fair.
What do you think Fate Witches did in Vodache?
Oh.
Well, if you must know.
Magnus pauses for a second, and he's like,
You're a bitch. No, just kidding.
I know no fear, but if I did, you would be it.
Yes, I've heard that before.
That's fair.
You sort of lean, and off you go, trotting down cobblestone streets, where you hit the upper part of the city, eventually arriving in sort of the more artsy part of town. Rethold, for you, it's sort of the first time up here, and yes, it's very artsy and snooty, and there's small basically like theater rooms and painters and what look like socialites outside cafes.
People have a lot of money to spend.
It is lively. There's some nightlife happening, different kind than you've been known to participate in San Felipe. But before long, you arrive at your design destination, which is like a really popular little cafe. Like it seems to be bustling.
What is with cafes and this whole thing?
Oh, well, that's the thing. Yeah.
I mean, what else do the Spanish
It is
do?
Castile. You're outside, you know, soak in the sun. Of course, now it is early evening, so you get a fabulous view from up here of the sunset on the water, and your carriage arrives, and people are literally parting for it. Magnus sort of leans a little bit towards Rethel, and he's like, "If you don't mind, I'll follow your lead."
I'm pretty much like I've invested. I'm like this was mostly just to get us out of the house.
Because you don't want that sad vibe.
Because yeah, it's seriously bringing me down.
You get like a bump on the shoulder, and he's like,
But also to see what kind of ridiculous thing we could get you dressed up in.
he's like, "See, you can still work the magic in this couple. Thank you for getting me out of the house." And
If you wanted to see me in other clothes, it was very easy for you to ask.
Oh well, that's less fun, you know. If you're just like, hey, put this on, you know.
That's better if you
There's gonna be a little
make
bit of
them
work.
think it was their idea all along.
Yeah, you know.
Just like Fate Witches.
So they keep the prestige in it.
You notice from
That's
the
what we're gonna call
window
it at the
of your
end, the
carriage
prestige.
that there's a lot of the people you were pointed to the previous days that are here tonight. Wealthy socialites, and you know, people who want to look like they're like icons and patrons of the arts, and there's a who's who, right? And they're trying not to show like they're looking at your carriage, but they are 100% looking at your carriage. Your guards come in and open the door.
What do these
to your
guards look
carriage at
like?
this point. Well, it's the both of you. It's just you and Magnus.
No, yeah. Who? Oh, we are the guards.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
I
I was like, who are we fucking up?
To basically make way, you see at the other end of the outside area is Aurelia Serrano sitting there. It's clear she also has muscle around her.
Mine's superior.
Some more showy, some more nondescript.
He says I'm also the muscle. It's fine.
She looks at you coming out of that carriage. There's murmurs coming from the crowd.
Lol.
As you come out.
We do the whole like anime like split screen,
Yeah.
eyes locked.
Pretty much.
So many things.
There's health loss appearing like in the corner.
Meanwhile, me and Magnus are just like,
Yep. That's right.
All
That's
the way
right.
down. All the way down.
Sup, yo?
Yeah, there's giggling from the crowd at the sight of both you and Magnus Rethel. Some of those murmurs are definitely going your way.
That's all part of the fun. All good.
I mean, I guess I'm just gonna walk my way down there like I belong there.
Roll me a panache, and you can either roll me perform or let's see here.
Oh god, that's not good.
Convince.
There,
That's better.
have 3 more.
Or that.
You got, you know, you know that your Germans exuded a lot of confidence, but you've never had these two ridiculous vests backing you up.
They exude confidence and do not care.
That's right.
So
Like they're exuding confidence in something else entirely.
The combo.
Yeah, no, that's pheromones. You're right. That is absolutely.
That's
They
right.
can't help that.
Yeah, it's just kind of there. Okay, so what's that one?
And just as a warning, one of the ways I get those hero points back is by causing trouble. So, you know, we'll see.
Eventually we will need to, I'm sure. Also, like, if I fuck this up, then we are definitely gonna just go out swinging. And I don't mean that kind of swinging.
To the burger man.
Alright, so far.
Just like that, huh?
Okay.
Yeah, the cover of that song by the Swedish Chef is my favorite.
The best.
I'm just gonna.
That's where we are now, everyone. This is our life now.
Welcome to the party.
Right. Fucking copyright strike this, internet. I dare you.
I'm not sure they'll know what to do with that. Too many nines, damn it.
Right?
See, if we were playing White Wolf, you would be like,
I still got-
fuck yeah, 9s.
I still got
yeah.
12
I'll
though.
take those 9s, yeah.
Still got 12 though, because there were like 4 10s.
Yeah, yeah. You,
Hell yeah.
people are literally parting your way, including the wait staff. You just.
I mean, we're kind of the Venga bus. Like, it just came up.
Yep. You make like a. There's almost like a hush following you all, and just like murmurs as you go take your spot at the table.
Nice. Well, so like my approach, I'm not trying to look haughty or like, you know, looking down at people or whatever. I'm just like I belong here is all I'm trying to do. It's almost like the rest of this place and all the people here have to kind of adjust to me.
Right.
Because I own this place.
Absolutely, yes.
All of you, well, I don't know if you speak Castilian, Brethel.
No.
But the murmurs as you pass by, you speak Castilian, right?
Yes, I do.
It works because not only do you belong here, like these people are sort of solidifying that legend as you're passing through. You're hearing one person as you're coming by admitting that they're not exactly sure who you are, and a helpful person next to them it's like, well, that's Marilena. She's don't you know? Like, she and her husband own this very up and coming shop. They're They're really dictating the pace of fashion here in Castile. Like
Somewhere in the background, was their name Diego and
Tiago.
Tiago and Angel.
And on hell, somewhere in the back, they're doing the
Yep.
power twin activate, like
the fusion dance.
That's right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like it basically just like yes, she hasn't been on the scene that long, but you should absolutely know her. Some people claim to have known you for a long time.
Of course.
As you
Posers.
pass by,
Mm-hmm.
you know for a fact
Mm-hmm.
none of it is true. Right. Of course, there's a couple folks who will not admit that you just made a bomb entrance and, will try to throw shade at your dress, but no shade will stick to that dress.
Only the shade within.
Yeah, that's
Only a
right.
bean.
Yep.
That's right.
The only shade is over here. Hey, Veen. You with me? I kind of want this to happen now. I just want to lift my skirt and have arrows come out of my dress.
Right?
So,
You're popping Inish Assassin from under your dress.
Oh, your dress has pockets? That's cute.
Mine has an inch
Right.
assassin.
Death from below. All right. Yeah, you do. One of the wait staff actually pulls your chair for you as you arrive at that table.
I smile
Um,
graciously and I take my seat.
Aurelia is sipping wine, and she sort of pauses to look at Magnus and Rethold.
Oh no! Straight up, Magnus is doing the neck like swallow thing where it makes the collar like hop, and he's like,
Yep.
and it's like,
Why'd you make that noise?
yeah, and I'm like watching him, and I'm like smack him upside the head. I'm like, no,
But
where it's blatantly like, oh, they're dumb. It makes them cuter.
that's right.
It's true stories.
Well dressed and dumb. The best combination.
Right? That's exactly like, oh, she brought her toys. Okay.
But she sort of looks at the outfits you deck them in,
Right?
and there's just the slightest like smile that tugs at the corner of her lips. And she sort of grabs your cup and pours you wine immediately.
Your
Just
torture
hands it to you. And she says, Castilian, I apologize if that's offensive. I know Vodace also like to corner the market on wine.
Not at all. I am here as a visitor trying to find my way. Of course, I will drink your vintages.
The local fare.
The local swill.
And I gotta master my shade without shade.
Yep. She sort of looks at you like
Backhanded
bemusedly, and
Sorry.
she grabs her cup and says,
Marilena finger guns vigorously throughout the entire exchange.
right.
And only at the end will they know why.
She just had that bomb entrance and just like takes a sip of the wine, just like sticks her tongue in it, like just like
My masterpiece.
she sort of lifts her glass to you. She's like, so glad you accepted my invitation.
Sorry.
And I'm gracious for you inviting me, of course. You are a person that I am aware is very important to know, and I want to get to know you.
I'm sorry, Sally.
He's
What
making,
happened?
he's making memes.
Oh, it was beautiful. Some of my
That's-
best work.
Well done. Well
Okay,
done.
let's see.
Well done. I also love that the subtitle automatically was image tagged haunted.
Oh,
Oh dear, oh dear.
That's what I should put on my business card. Meme artiste.
Meme artiste.
Artiste.
With
And
the
there's
E at the
people-
end.
There's
Yeah.
people making a fortune
The
on this shit on
artistes.
like those fucking like websites like Fiverr and places where people like sell their services. There's people who are like, yeah, I'll make memes for you. Send me pictures.
Dude,
I got
yeah,
you.
maybe, yeah.
You
maybe.
can make that your side hustle.
Ah, fuck, maybe.
You
Shit,
have-
I
you
hadn't,
have,
hadn't actually considered that. Maybe
You have a talent for it.
Nice.
Get a fucking Kofi,
Yep.
because
Yeah.
it's actually pronounced Kofi
Yeah.
or
Yep.
Kofi, or no, it's Kofi,
It's
right?
Kofi.
Yeah,
Yep.
it's Kofi.
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 Yeah.
Yeah, we don't want any of that though.
Thank you.
That shit got hacked. And then it got hacked, and then it violated a shit ton of regulations. So if it doesn't get pulled down or fixed, they're basically going to be taken to court. So good.
Ah.
So yeah,
Roll me your final
yeah. Let's see the
panache and
Excuse me.
convince. Because you've been running a tally on here.
Yeah, I've got 20.
The outcome of this will be determined by the work you've put in.
Well-
Magnus and I will make the left and right arms and legs, and you will form the head.
Of this lion robot.
May I
This
Replace
multicultural
panache
Voltron.
with
V will
resolve?
be the torso.
Because I have come this far,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm gonna finish this.
Do it. You're counting your bonuses you gave yourself, right?
I gave myself bonuses.
I thought that's what you showed me.
No, I was showing you the. What is? Oh no.
Yes. Say yes.
Okay, yes.
Agree. And
No, I was showing you this. I was basically using Veiled Arcana.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I don't actually have any bonuses here.
Okay.
That's okay.
That's fine too.
I mean, I have Legendary Resolve, so
Yep.
that's why I wanted to use it. Okay.
Do it.
I was double checking like the couple new things I'd bought recently to be like, which of these would be entertaining to start a fight here?
Yeah. Oh no.
I just imagine like Ruffle and Magnus being, let's start a riot.
No, Magnus finds like a trash can lid, and then just wails on it like 5 times, and then Rethel yells, "Disrespect your surroundings!" And then we just start punching socialites,
And then everyone's
and
dead.
everyone disperses
Indiscriminately.
Nice. Alright, I got 9. So I think the total is now 29.
29. Okay.
Let me check.
but then they would have been right. So
Yep.
can't quite.
Yeah. That's fair.
These fucking foreigners coming in here starting shit in our refined locale.
Right.
No. Yeah.
All right. So your glasses clink together.
The box in there is for us.
Oh Jesus!
You can tell that
You can bring it out and bring it to the table, Tony.
many eyes are on you, even though most of the people are trying to pretend they're not looking. Yep.
Uh-huh.
Yep.
John Ralphio. Not just John Ralphio.
Yep.
As underneath the clack of a loom.
Yep.
Damn it.
It's a working bitch.
Yeah, she sort of leans a little bit and sort of takes a measure of the room and says,
I was wondering how long it's going to take you.
so,
Just love that clack. So good.
now that we have some time to discuss, what is your plan? I know you're looking at Lisa
So good.
as a potential way to expand on your husband's business, but do you plan to extend to here permanently? Are you only passing through?
Well, I do not like to be too hasty with my plans.
Are these the
Right
same
now,
flavor? These aren't the
I
same.
would
These are
like to
different flavors.
do something of a
One
small.
of these is vanilla and one of them is lemon.
Hmm.
And then chocolate and velvet.
Roulette.
I
I love
suppose
it.
you would call it a pop-up gallery of some sort. We will have fashion available, but
You're gonna
only
roulette?
by commission and
Alright.
on the
I
street.
got you.
Interesting.
On the
Well,
streets and in the sheets.
I'm
My goodness.
I am sure.
Ooh.
Magnus
wait,
accidentally
vanilla,
plays an air
and the
horn
other
at
side
just
is
the
lemon.
right moment.
Which one's yours?
That's
So
a
vanilla in your hand.
Okay,
Yep.
cool.
Over here by the other dessert.
It is to test the market to see whether there is interest in our brand of fashion, and as well to get a feel for the kind of clientele that we would potentially attract, and as well for people to get used to me and my expertise, my body of work.
See, well, you obviously have a lot to bring, and I think we'd be fortunate to have you. But you've been here a few days now. You must tell me, what do you think of Liso?
Liso has a lot hidden under the surface. It is, at first look, an ordinary town, but there are great depths of subtlety and artistry. Very talented people here. But at the same time, does not try to be too bold or too showy about it, which I feel it can be a positive trait.
Not that you're not expecting this, right? But the whole time, she's sort of watching you really, really intently. She's sort of hanging on to your every word, and again, it reminds you of back home because it carries that edge of like, it's always threatening to topple between I am very enthralled by what you're saying, and I'm trying to decide if I should murder you.
I mean, hey, I'm doing the same thing, so.
Yes.
Now, is this public, like real murder, or just
And she-
social murder?
Yes.
She pauses
Exactly.
and says, "And where, may I ask, do you see yourself in this portrait you paint of Liso? Are you part of the underbelly, or are you willing to sit at the top?"
Well, I believe that in any discipline, regardless of what it is, you should always aim for the top. But
Joke's
of
on
course,
you. I'm a power bottom.
That's right.
but of course, at the same time, one must not be too eager to stretch your influence without knowing the lay of the land, so to speak.
So your biggest weakness is that you just work too hard.
That's right. Basically, I'm a perfectionist, and I can't let go of things.
Don't ask the how do I see myself in 10 years. I see myself remembering how well I stabbed you. That's what.
No, yeah.
And
Right.
In a graveyard.
I mean,
over
I'm
your grave.
Right.
that's what I'm thinking, but I'm not saying it.
Like
Sitting
one
in a haunted manor with many ghosts, old and decrepit.
One long stem rose laid upon your grave. There you go.
With the seal singing in the background.
Na, 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 na.
She sort of pauses and then says,
Don't forget that pen.
"On that, you and I agreed."
I would expect no less.
And she sort of gives you the look over again, like her eyes sort of rest on Magnus and Rethel.
Now outside we're just fucking Hans and Franz like fucking gun show posing like.
Yep. There's a
Every once in a while I go, ow, fuck.
she has muscle on their side. They're not bringing it as much.
Yeah, I
as
doubt
the
it.
two of you.
Well, no.
They're just a collection, a motley collection of wannabes.
Venus somewhere listening into a corner.
Oh yeah,
Into
100%.
a dark corner.
You can
being
hear this
popsicle.
conversation, and then she pauses and says, like, she sort of pushes some tiny little puffy pastries your way and says, "I have a feeling I know your answer to this, but what if someone is already seated at the top? What would you do then?"
That's a complicated question. I do not think there is a one answer for each situation. But
Isn't
there are
there?
essentially only two things to do. Either I ingratiate myself with this person and then arrange to take over once they are gone, or I make them gone right away.
And if they do not want to be gone?
As I said, I would make them.
Interesting. And she leans back a little bit and she says, "You and I might have more to discuss." And she sort of wags a finger and one of the wait staff sort of gets close to the table and she exchanges a few words with them and they sort of run off towards the back of the courtyard into the actual building.
Okay.
She sort of looks at you and then she looks at Rethel and Magnus and says, "You obviously can express yourself well with art and fashion. I might have work for you if you are interested." And she sort of looks at your muscle and says, "You also obviously know how to make a statement in more ways than one."
Of course.
Giggle.
We're now playing Guess That Smell.
Right?
Just wait till you see it my skirts.
Okay,
It's
Can
not what you're
I-
expecting.
as this conversation has occurred, because I have a hunch
Uh-huh.
that she kind of wants to get rid of her boss also.
Ooh, tight.
Can I confirm that in some way?
Can I sense motive?
Yeah, or
Yeah.
read
Which
it,
would
or
be
read
wit plus
slash
empathy,
that.
yeah.
Yeah.
Again.
I just improved my empathy because I figured Rethel should have a slightly higher bullshit detector.
Mm-hmm.
You learned it from watching me. I have 6 empathy, so anyway.
Rethel, I feel like Rethel knows empathy and
Look at this shit.
Has
chooses,
chosen- yeah,
he chooses
exactly.
when to apply it
Yeah,
and when to let it go.
I rolled 4 10s again with this one.
Yeah, explode them
Wait.
bitches.
Okay, so it's 4. 5, 6, 7, 8.
I've got Madonna stuck in my head.
Which one?
Express yourself.
Oh, okay. Because I was thinking Material Girl.
No.
It felt more the vibe for this scene, but yeah.
That's 13.
13.
Damn.
Yeah, she's trying to obfuscate some of it, but some of it, she obviously thinks she's talking to a peer, right? Or at least somebody who can understand her. It's fairly clear she got the outfit message.
Yes.
You basically just claimed Nyberg's murder
Hell yeah.
for your own.
Damn.
Doesn't seem that fazed by it. In fact, it's a good resume builder, right? She fears her boss.
Mm.
There's a healthy dose of fear on that. You get a sense from her that she may or may not be plotting to get rid of her boss, but the relationship is based on fear more than loyalty.
Oh, hell yeah. Ask her how she feels about the name Jose.
Josefina, please.
Whatever, you know what I mean. Jose's have no gender.
There's only one Josefina.
In
Right.
which case, then, I will say, I believe I would be interested.
Well, for normies, they go by Josefina. But
Oh my goodness.
And
it's part of the training.
as you say that,
You're just a Jose.
the staff comes back in, like almost running to her, and whispers something in her ear. And it immediately looks like, just for a second, like she tasted something really sour.
Someone's wearing
And
ankle boots.
she, right? Someone's wearing sandals?
How dare!
She pauses. Again, this is just, you're really honed in and you just had a 13
And
raises
I have
empathy
seen
roll,
the threads
so
all the way to her
you're
ancestors.
keyed in on her, right? But she really looked displeased there for a second at what she heard, and she sort of gathers a couple of things on the table and pulls her chair back and stands up
Oh.
and says, Mrs. Inverno, if you would follow me, it seems you have earned yourself an audience.
Very well. Yeah, stand up. Unruffled, at least on the surface.
And
So-
she sort of looks at Rethold and Magnus and says,
I'm not worried. Evine's in your cleavage, so if something goes down,
Now she's here.
we know
okay.
we've got it. Well,
She's just moving around
that's
everywhere.
just sort of.
just reach in the middle of the
Yeah.
shelf and you pull the head of a harrow
Yeah.
and there's like a whole
Yeah.
archer after it.
Wow.
Yeah,
What do you think? I didn't do magic tricks
She's
too?
just fucking Kilroy
Yeah.
out of every scene. And,
But yeah,
so I know
she-
we've got at least a round before, to have us bust our way into wherever. So it's fine.
She looks at both of you and says, my apologies. You will have to come alone.
I expected that. They will keep themselves amused.
we're both like,
Right. 30 seconds later is looking through a window. You get a socialite, like,
That's right,
just in a headlock.
Say uncle. They don't speak Vestin. They don't know what that is. They know what this game is.
Repeat the sound. It just says it slower. Uncool.
That's right.
Yeah, you basically get led across the courtyard, and at this point, there's staff still that are clearly bodyguards. And you get brought into the building proper. The inside looks more like, it's like a more stately version of the restaurant back home. You got those good, like, Spanish, like big arches. There's a single table in the middle of it with a burgundy tablecloth, and this lady, fancily dressed
Oh, she
the
fucked up. She
table.
has shadows under that table.
herself. She does have more people in this room, right? Like, but they're standing like far away from the table, and you basically get brought to this lady, Aurelia herself does not sit. She indicates the chair to you, but stays standing by the table.
Well, that's another good sign.
Yes, but now she has the excellent opportunity to drape herself upon the chair.
Yeah, also, I'm a reader.
Okay? You're faced with a lady who
Bitch, you about to get
looks
red.
very Vodace.
Mm-hmm.
She's dressed like high society Castilian, but her features, the color of her skin,
She too olive.
her raven black hair. You're like, this lady could have been at any of your social functions back home.
All right.
She does not look up at you as you approach the table, and Aurelia sort of indicates the chair to you and takes a step back and looks at the floor.
When I sit.
And you said you're gonna read this lady?
Yeah. I don't know, like, if my veil requires some sort of roll to penetrate it, but I assume so. So I will let you figure that out.
Correct. I will tell you if it comes into play.
Okay.
Alright. Let me give you what you get as a read.
She's probably reading me too. Do you want to see them? They're right here.
If I need them, I have access to them.
So mysterious.
Mm-hmm. You don't get to know what's going on.
Sorry, just trying to pull that and keep skipping over the part where the anyway. Her virtue is the glyph temperate.
Oh, that shit's mine. Watch out. She can just say "fuck you, no" to magic. It's pretty tight.
No, sure.
Yeah.
Bum, bum, bum.
Her hubris is the magician ambitious.
Okay.
It means she's really good at up close magic.
All eyes in this room are now on you.
Hell yeah!
There's probably about 10 people outside of her.
That's
And she's
Little do they know, they're surrounded.
right. Correct. She takes a sip of her wine. She's obviously having like dinner. And she's reading something on the side. It looks like reports. And at a couple of times she drops her cup and sort of picks up the quill and adds something to a parchment that she's writing.
Is she writing it in code, or can I see what she's writing?
You can try to see what she's writing.
Sure. I do want to do it without seeming like that's what I'm doing, though.
Oh, for sure. So you'd have to do. Let's go with the hide roll.
Mm-hmm.
I'll let you use wits for this.
Okay, that's 7.
Seven. She's not particularly hiding it at this point. You can tell this is written like, you know, you've when you got taught how to read after your escape,
Yeah.
Oh.
you read, plays, right? This is written like a playbook, right? A novelized version of a play, so to speak. But it is a narrative for events happening in the city.
Okay. Other than that,
This-
basically. Oh, go ahead.
This has to do about the death of Anders Nyberg.
Hell yeah, it does.
Your next bitch.
And after a little while, she
I'm totally gonna wait for her to
puts
be done. I'm not
the
gonna say a thing.
quill in the inkwell and finally says, Mrs. Diaverno, do you find Lisa to be to your liking?
Nice gourds.
Hello.
No, we're playing.
Oh yeah, it's happening.
Hmm.
Playing the most dangerous game.
Man, no, wait, that's not.
Nope. Woman.
That's so cute.
Yeah, like
It's-
it's
it's so happy to
equally
see me.
creepy and cute.
It's like
At the same
That's
time.
very
tiny.
silly.
Oh, I can feel all like the hairspray in my hair now.
Oh well, that
With
happens.
the eyeballs, you want to go up and in and up at a bit of an angle so that there's more space behind so that the light can. Okay, good. You know. Okay.
I know.
Okay.
I just chose not to because I wanted them to be thin as possible. Wanted it to be small.
So you're gonna put a little tea light in there. That's fun.
And I have time yet.
Ooh.
And then I made another one, but it's stuffed with pumpkin seeds in the eardrum while I was driving.
Okay.
So, yeah, this is the heaviest round I've ever driven it.
Oh, nice. Welcome.
Mm.
Welcome to Rain.
It's so nice.
Yeah.
But people are stupid.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
So true.
rain or no rain.
True.
Yes.
I got pumpkin seeds to roast.
Okay.
I made everyone seed detach the seeds from the guts, so
I think she's
That's
petting,
not the
she's petting herself on my foot.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
just
she does
here
that.
and okay, self-serve, I guess.
Yeah.
So okay, do I
Some
plan
people
myself
like
to
that.
my liking?
Hey, well.
I'll say it is hospitable enough, but there is always room for improvement.
She sort of arches an eyebrow at that.
Oh.
It says, in your humble opinion, where would you improve?
Oh, in my humble opinion.
Well, do you want the honest answer or the what's what I want to use
Diplomatic.
first? Or the I guess, or the diplomatic.
I brought you here for honesty.
Well then, I believe the people here should be free.
And she snickers a little bit at that.
Child.
What do you think that means?
Well, I think that
Oh,
means they
goodness.
should be free to
Someone's upset about
express
something.
themselves as they would, to know what is happening. Oh my god. I believe that they should be told honestly why things are happening as they do. I believe that
The children are our future. Is that I'll be
basically, what you have here is a piece that is not real, it is fabricated. And one could say that there is no such thing as true peace. That is, it is always at least somewhat fabricated. But
Oh, that is 100% correct.
however, people here are not happy. They are just acting as if they should be. There may be some that are genuinely happy, but in general, I do not see these people as enjoying any measure of, well, not the sort of freedom that would make them feel safe. The only people who do feel safe are the ones that fit in the image that Liso wants, or the people
created.
behind this, individuals behind this want them to be. And that is not freedom, that is dictating.
You act as if that is not by design.
No, I do not. I think it is by design.
Correct. I write the narrative of this city. People fought during the War of the Cross, or people fought the Montagne. People are tired of fighting. They complain now because they have the leisure
Goodness.
to complain. They're not starving. The enemy is not at their doors. They can grow old and complain about their ills because they are allowed to do so.
Virginia throws up somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, right?
Are they allowed to choose one way or another? Are you saying that you're writing the narration that they want, but they don't know they want it?
I'm writing the narration the city needs. Listen, I will not beat around the bush. You would not have been allowed in here if I did not see potential in you.
Spell V.
Oh,
Aurelia
I thought
is
I tried looking through the
my agent in the
Nope.
city. She is my presence in the city. In a mere few days, you have come here and you have changed the story. And people listened. I admire that. So I'm going to lay on the table right now what I'm about to offer you. And you can decide whether that is worth the ideals you're talking about.
Very well.
That's fine.
I will always listen to
No,
an
don't
offer.
worry about it. I'm just gonna fuck it up right now. It's gonna be great.
I will make you into one of the most powerful women in this city. You will help me dictate its pace. If you think it should go differently, I will listen to you. But remember that I am the playwright. You have proven that you are more skilled than Aurelia, and I'm fully aware of the gifts you would have. So here's what I propose.
I love when she chooses violence.
Take her place. Kill Aurelia right here. I will make you my right hand. And I will take...
They're both trying to kill each other.
I will
Gosh.
take... Aurelia is right there, by the way.
Yeah, I
She's
know.
like
Yeah.
3 feet away
I'm
from your
realizing
seat.
that.
Oh yeah, no.
Looking at
This
the
is
floor.
this is totally the fucking game. It's gross.
You can step into a role and do better than she has. If you think you can give a measure of freedom to the people of Liso, by all means, I invite you to do so. Within our confines, of course.
Interesting. I don't even bother to hide my weapons now. I draw them. I stand up and I approach Aurelia. I'm behind her slightly and I lean towards her Does she feel afraid? Or is she just there?
Your name
Well,
is Jose now.
You got enough of a bead on her that you feel a shiver of fear in her, but she is determined not to let her boss see it. So as you approach her, all you hear from her is just a hiss that says, "Do it." And she
Either way.
looks straight at Valenciano at the table.
And I as I'm standing there, I lean in, and then I give her a kiss right there. And, and it is a bless.
Okay.
Hell
It
yeah.
gives her 5 extra dice. And I say, "You will not die today. Join me." And then
Evie, please fucking say you're telling us what's going on. Because you can hear all this.
and I basically take one of my poignards and like
Totally.
throw it at her, at Valenciana.
Okay.
Because I don't know why I'm throwing, because I'm mad at that. But whatever. I'm gonna do it anyway.
Yeah, that's
Well-
that's what we chose today.
I will let you substitute your weaponry for your aim
Okay.
because you're writing this moment and you've been planning for this.
So I would love for, at the moment that Evine mutters, she kissed her on the cheek, that I just look over at Magnus and I go, yeah!
Yeah.
And I throw
Yeah,
the
it's fine,
axe
it's
at
time.
the closest fucking goon I can find to start plowing into this.
There's some at the entrance, so you can do that. Go ahead and make me a roll. Magnus starts yelling when you start yelling.
Everyone's yelling now.
He's not 100% sure what is happening.
Just looking around confused, but also
But
screaming.
somebody's leading the charge and yelling, so like a good raider, he will follow.
Like a good raider, Magnus is there.
That's
Yes!
right.
1, 2.
Can I also
right.
use resolve from that?
Yes.
Thank you. Okay, well that's not great, but okay. That's a lot of 4s. Everyone's yelling, let's go! Whee!
Yep.
Woohoo!
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
I mean, you know, guys, there's a second house, right?
What?
Like, you know, oh, thank God he got me out of the house. Like, there's a whole second house.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, I know, but we don't want to go to that house. That house is stuffy and like that's the house that everyone's supposed to be
It's
at.
a government house.
Yeah.
It's the house of the man.
Plus 1, plus 2.
Alright, I got 6.
Okay.
That's not great, but whatever.
I hear Rabbit typing furiously.
What's happening?
like it. I don't like it.
Oh.
All right in the ear. Mm.
It's all wet.
Dad.
Oh, you're gonna get smothered in your sleep.
You know.
Cool. So 1 reroll. All right. Cool.
I just made me a latte, so I've got
Yeah.
typing power.
Yeah. All right. 9 and 6 are another 15.
I still got thrills from my.
7 and 8 is 15. 7 and numbers. 7 and 8
Soup on the stove.
are 15. There we go. And then that's definitely 12.
Mushroom soup.
2, 4, 6, 8, 10 to get the party started.
Oh yeah.
I'll probably also say, Evine, I hope you're here. There are many targets around us.
I just posted what happens in the Discord, and so yeah, basically I'm just using 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Yeah, basically I'm just using 2 raises on every goon I come across to just start clearing the path in.
Sure.
So yeah, so 2 raises, and then so okay, yeah. So 2 raises on the first goon, and then another 2 raises to recover that axe, and then Basically, I'm just gonna rinse and repeat. So yeah. So 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. So yeah, that's 5 goons basically. And then I'm just axe pull, axe pull, axe pull.
All right. You do a number on the crowd, and Magnus follows you into this. A couple of the goons, like you're basically just hitting them, and you can feel Magnus right behind you, just shouldering them out
I'm
of
the
the
wedge.
way.
He's the hammer.
Yep.
It's
And it's
I'm the wedge. He's the sledge. Wow.
There you go.
That's good.
You hear commotion outside.
I am pleased with that.
There's yelling that can, you know where that yelling comes from.
This pleases me.
You've heard that
You
yelling
may or may not have
before.
heard the yeah.
Yep. That's the yelling I mean. And it did not come from a tiny Castilian socialite.
Because it was like 2 seconds after you kissed her on the cheek.
You're like, yeah.
It's like, what, is there really someone in here who's like, oh, girls kissing girls? No. It's much more exciting than that.
That's right. Yes, but for a different reason.
That's right.
You're not 100% sure if it's because you practiced a lot, but
It's the dress.
when you reach for your
Probably
knife
is.
and let it loose, it's almost like it's on the track.
The dress hungers for blood.
It goes above the table and hits this lady like right where her neck meets her shoulder, like in a an exposed area of her dress, and blood starts to pour out of there. The force of the blow just makes her stagger backward, and she trips on her chair and falls down. She's not dead, clearly, but she lets out like the air got forced out of her lungs suddenly. Like it's just like a rasp, like a and she sort of hits the floor, and the whole room sort of erupts into that. As you finish your move and you throw your knife, your shawl very gracefully sort of drapes around your arm and shoulder, like almost like it moved to accompany your movement.
She's with me.
No, worse. You hear under the cacophony the dress say, "Feed me, Seymour."
Does it have to be human? Does it have to be mine?
I mean, after that's happened, I'm looking at Aurelia and say, finish it.
Oh yeah, you're handing it to Aurelia. She
Doesn't matter as long
basically
as she's dead.
everybody is springing into action at this point, and
I'll even hand her my knife if she needs it. I already left
she
her.
doesn't. By the time you hand your knife, she's gone. She springs forward in her dress, and she sort of looks at everybody around and gives like a look like, well, if this is the last thing I do before you descend on me, I'm gonna finish this. She descends upon Viviana,
Starts to eat her.
and she grabs your knife
She's not me.
into like her neck, and she looks like she's about to say something,
Fucking end of Ava. Just
but she doesn't. She pulls on your knife to drag it out. She doesn't like stick it out, like she basically
Ooh,
pulls it,
lovely.
right?
Ah, yeah. Get that flow.
and reaches into her hair and pulls what looks like a tiniest like little poignard and just like stab her right in the throat, just pins her to the floor.
This is for what you said about my mother.
She looks like she might have considered saying something to her, like as a parting shot.
No.
But there's too much. There's just like a rolling like just emotion there, and the moment she sees like her eye is sort of rolling into the back of her skull, she pulls back less gracefully than maybe she would have hoped in her evening dress, but sort of recovers pretty well. She has your knife in her hand.
I'm back to back with her now. We're gonna take this until our Vesta support comes in, and
she says to you, "Even if we die here, that was worth it. Thank you for the opportunity."
Absolutely, you knew her much longer than I did. Besides, I still count it as my kill because I blessed her for that one.
And she says,
Still me.
I'm not sure that I knew her, but I understand what you mean."
Also, no one's dying today. You still have a husband to show this dress.
Mm-hmm,
Yep.
All right, Evine. What is your action? And after that, we're gonna go to approaches.
I guess I gotta pop out of a convenient shadow first.
Oh, this is a dimly lit room.
She
Evine, your
every-
favorite.
She
Every
just
shadow
fucking
was
like
convenient.
So many
shop. What's
shadows.
the shop carts that are just the.
Just materialize.
She
Right.
just slides out from under the table like, hey guys.
If you really want to go like fucking freak show intimidation out of this, like pop right from under the
table?
corpse of the lady.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
Weekend at Bernie's. Weekend at Bernie's.
Yes.
Just rises upright out of nowhere. And, oh shit!
Yep, because it's basically it's casting a long shadow and it's pooling blood at this point from getting stabbed in the neck.
Tasty.
I'll do it. Please, I'll do it.
All right. Marilena, you get freaked out for a moment because the body of the lady you just murdered, you also feel Aurelia behind you like sort of stiffen as it rises up from the ground, blood still oozing from its neck.
Well, that's new.
It comes up, not quite fully upright. It sort of rises to about a midway point and then collapses face first onto the carpet. And on the other side is somebody else. Evie is now in that spot.
I tell Aurelia, I know this one.
But juxtaposed to
I
that
know this other
comedic
corpse.
fucking farce of a horror show is the fucking badass cowl and the bow.
Yep.
Like,
Yep.
oh,
Yep.
it's so good.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's great. Nice entrance. Better than mine, I would say.
Well, you hit different notes. I would
Yeah.
say.
100%. Yeah.
Evine just whispered, "I am the night."
That's right.
Where do you want to be in 5 years? Behind you.
Oh, that was 100% in character. I believe that. And everyone else is like, except Marilena, who's like, nice.
That's fair.
Oh
I don't like this bedtime story, Grandpa.
It's
All
not
right.
a story. It's history.
no. That's right.
It
You're
is.
pronouncing that wrong. All right. So approaches for next round. Rethel, there's a door obstinately in front of you.
Doors. Doors.
Surely no.
Beaded curtain is might as well be.
Absolutely correct.
Actually, yes. I'm going to try and effectively bear hug the door and
Mhm.
rip
Mm-hmm.
a plank out of it as I go through it. And I'd like to use my bar fight advantage as this plank now becomes a weapon.
Mm-hmm. We're about to consecrate it.
Yeah.
Yep.
So yeah, I'm gonna brawn plus athletic brawl.
Yep. Brawn plus brawl.
I'm gonna fight this door for a piece
Yeah.
of its. Sure.
Fucking grapple this door. I'm gonna wrestle
That's
with the
how
door.
that's how we're gonna do it. That's
Correct.
Yeah.
Marilena Evine approaches.
Okay, so who have we got around us now?
Well, they're dressed fancily, but look like staff.
How many of them are there?
9.
Okay. Okay. I'm going to probably focus on one that's not near the door because I'm expecting something's going to come through the door.
Oh, you heard the noise
very soon.
leading through the door. You don't know what the train is, but you know one is coming inside this room.
Yeah.
right
So I'm not using bar fighter yet because I don't yet have the plank.
now.
So, but I'm sure this will be more than enough raises to surprise the door.
That's right. Sneak attack on the door.
That's right.
Ah,
How about the? Oh my god! Fucked up this door.
that's right.
This door's so fucked. Look at these 10s. Oh shit! 4 10s.
Oh, damn.
So fucked.
This
Reto-
door never fucking knew what was
Breathol
coming.
won't even slow down.
You just like run through with a door just like collapsing around your body.
Breathol is like, this is a sporting event now, and I gotta run through this banner.
Yeah, no, fuck yeah. This is make that 5 10s.
All right, so you're doing.
Is this what it's like to be
Are you
me?
attacking?
Well,
Yeah, watch, I'm gonna have
one
those
knife. I
skills
think
in a
I'm
minute.
gonna,
Yep.
I'm gonna pull that
Because of your
one
terrible
closer to
joke.
me.
Okay.
I don't know how far are they. Can I pull them to me with one?
Yeah.
Because then I'm gonna go like, yeah.
Yoink.
One of my favorites.
Roll me weaponry finesse.
Okay.
If you get at least 3, you're gonna be able to pull this maneuver.
That's like you do like the dance move where you like lasso and throw and then like.
Yeah. You're like,
Yeah.
you're doing this move except you have a knife in one hand. So like, you get another person on the other side of the dance floor looking like very worried. It's like, I don't want to go, but I have to.
I got 6.
Oh, betrayed.
Oh, what happened?
So there's 2 or 2, but not enough for 3.
Yeah.
But that's fine because we'll see what that comes out to. So that's-
Evine, what's your approach?
Well, I started blasting.
hell yeah, the old DeVito. Hell yeah.
I'm gonna shoot things and prepare for the door rush.
Okay. Well, there's 9 people in here, so you got.
How about I'll aim for the one that looked most disturbed by my entrance.
Perfect.
You've noticed a soiled pair of pants.
Yeah, you got it. One of them missed a step, so he's now out of lockstep with his brothers and sisters.
So 12.
Well,
This is so stupid.
Rethel,
12 versus the door.
yeah, correct. Rethel, this door yields to you.
It
I'm
tries
sorry,
to get
sir.
out of my way.
Right. Magnus is almost ready, like he's behind you. And he's like, I'm gonna, you're gonna do the damage, and then I'm gonna elbow you through if I need to, right? But you basically you run through the door. You barely stop. You only pause like just 1 second as you're crashing through to grab one of the planks.
Yeah.
And you yank it right out as you continue running.
So I'm gonna burn 7 of that
Okay.
to accomplish that situation.
Absolutely.
So I can bank 5 on that one.
He's got
I got
Hell
7.
Okay.
Only 110.
How many of those are you pouring into murdering the gentleman?
Yes.
I feel like I won't have to use too many. Maybe just 3.
Okay. Yeah, you let loose with your arrow. That person had pause. That person is now incapacitated because there's an arrow in them, and the force of the impact has knocked them off their feet. Ta-da! You now have 4 extra successes. You're not sure that person is dead, but they're on the ground right now with an arrow in them.
Yeah, that's fine. I guess I'll shoot the next person.
Yeah.
I guess.
The rest, the other 4.
You basically you restring an arrow and move yourself to the right slightly and let loose another one with 4. That one basically hits slightly lower than you anticipated, but seems to have hit something major because a gush of blood comes from that lady's thigh. Yeah, you might have hit a major artery because it is spraying at an alarming debit. And she makes a valiant effort to keep continuing, but she's losing all of her blood. Chances are she's going to be empty by the time she reaches you.
Oh well.
So you've been incapacitated too. You pull Marilena, the one closest to you. At this point, from both of you, the door just...
The door
somehow-
says no.
Yeah. There was a door, and then it transmuted into a bunch of firewood and splinters. And
But one board remained.
Yep.
Grasped.
one plank remains. There's no other planks that are like remain this length at this point, but doesn't matter. Rethold's got it, and in his hands, the plank is menacing.
Quick Smithers, he's got a board with a nail in it.
You hear like in the distance, like behind Rethold, you hear like a as Magnus crosses also the threshold. He's only got a knife which looks sort of small into his hand, but what he makes with impressive weaponry, he more than makes up with enthusiasm as he steps in here, just eyeballing the room, looking for murder. Yeah, you pull the one that's closest to you, and he was already rushing your way.
Nice.
So
I just controlled that a little bit more.
well, he runs way faster than anticipated. In his last couple jumps, he doesn't even touch the ground, and basically just lands right in your arm and on your knife.
He ran into my knife.
Right.
My knife 10 times.
He's not fully dead, but will be at some point as you push him, and he tries to make an effort at steadying himself, but it will be in vain.
Cool.
All right. Let's see how much fortune favors you all. You hear a few pops and detonations of smoke fills the small chamber. The telltale sound of firearms. None of them hit you.
No.
So, yeah, I know, Rethel. You were looking for it.
Sorry.
Aww.
But,
For the podcast, I had my arms spread in the air,
yeah,
as
Yeah,
if to say, "Come at me, bro."
Tony was ready. Unfortunately, the dice spoke and the shots went elsewhere. One of them hit the lady on the ground, which is adding insult to injury.
Maybe they're trying to defect.
Right?
See?
They're trying
I'm
to
helping.
make it clear.
See? I don't.
I'm with you guys. All right. Next approaches. Their ranks have diminished.
So there are 6 now?
Well, it's more like 5 at this point.
I mean, mine's also bleeding out, I think.
Yeah.
So if I manage to get the raises,
Well, you're right. 6. Mm-hmm.
if I manage to get the raises, I shift the board to my offhand and pull the axe again. And I basically baseball point and I say axe, board, Magnus, the other side. 1, 2, 3, 4. Surrender. Because this is clever tongue.
Yep.
When you act first in an action sequence, you spend your first action to brag about how you're going to defeat your opponent in a particularly colorful and inventive ways.
Yep.
The first time you deal wounds to your opponent, they must spend 2 raises for each wound they would prevent. So basically, it's just double damage to that first one. If I manage to get the panache plus intimidate off, which I'm already preloaded with 5.
Okay.
So
Do your best.
because I am trying to get any of them to surrender by calling the shots.
If anybody would like to support this,
Or just murder, you know.
I
I
will
could
let you.
I could support with an intimidatingly placed arrow.
Absolutely.
I mean, I'm always down to stab.
Alright, so yeah. 2, 3, 4, 1.
Marilena, you get a whisper in your ear. Are these all your friends?
Uh-oh.
This isn't even all of them.
I describe the ones that are my allies.
Worse, their
That-
family.
That are currently here.
Right?
Yes. The rest of them are nothing to me. I include Aurelia in the friendlies, of course.
Sure.
I don't know who's talking to me, but I answered a question.
No, that was Aurelia.
Oh. Good to know. Okay. What do I want to do now?
I love the frantic mathing.
Yeah, because I'm trying
Yeah.
to see if I got the juice, which I
Ah.
think I do. I rolled a lot of 5s.
Well, who's like
Or a lot of
close
tens.
to me?
Podcast. If you're missing this visual context, just go back on the few years we got of documented
Mm-hmm.
math problems.
Loomis.
Terrible.
What you got?
Oh, gross.
No. What am I doing? Can I just stab?
I mean, you can.
Okay, I will just stab them.
That's fucked up. It's so fucked up. It's fine. That's definitely 15.
8 for me.
8.
15. And that's 1. Wait, no, that's 15. Okay, yeah. I just couldn't make another 15. Okay.
Another 10. Okay.
Exploding pens.
So.
I don't know when he starts giggling, I get worried.
Well,
Yeah.
because I banked 5 to start with, so it's whatever I just rolled plus 5.
Yep.
I think that's mine.
9.
Mhm.
Oh yeah.
17.
What? Wow!
5 was from last round, so
Yeah,
it was
yeah.
12 again.
Oh!
Well, the rest of you may or may not. Well, Evine, you will shoot your threatening arrow.
Yes.
But then it goes to Rethold, and between such a display of confidence, marked at the opportune moment by a whistling arrow from Evine,
So I'm gonna load the 12 into the intimidate with the 5 ready, wound up on the axe to take out axe.
Well, even a 12 intimidate is.
Yeah.
There's been a lot of murdering happening right there. There's only one who refuses to yield, and that one promptly finds himself on Marilena's knife again. So by the time everything is said and done, weapons are clattering on the floor. There's hands risen in the air.
I do like one more pump of the axe just to triple check that everyone's clocked in.
Yeah, no, this is more than they bargain. But one of them says as he has both hands in the air, it's like, you can go. We won't stop you. You're good. But more people are going to be coming. I would get out of here if I were you. I know you probably won't think they're too much of a challenge, but it's just going to be annoying.
That's fair.
I'd rather not. Can I grab whatever she was writing on the table?
Yeah.
All of the stuff that she had.
Oh, sure.
And I'm gonna look through her too. Like
There's
what
some
she got.
intel and reports on there from the city, and then the stuff that she was writing is basically the spin they were gonna be trying to pull on Nyberg's death. So that is unfinished.
At the there's gonna be more of them. I look over at Magnus. I'm like, you good?
Promise?
Magnus sort of, that sounds like a, yeah, like a, sure, for the good of this.
I kind of just toss the board onto the ground. I'm like, all right.
So I look at Aurelia. What do you want to do now? I am not going to tell you what to do, but this could be your place instead.
I was prepared to die here. I don't know.
If
I'm
you
nowhere.
have nowhere else, then you should come with us.
Is this Athenian or Castilian or
At the end.
Vidachi? Oh man, results. Oh, God damn it.
She gives like one last look at the lady on the floor and sort of says, I don't think I have to take you on that offer. This lady made me. I don't know what else to do.
We can help you with that. We have some experience with this.
Yeah.
And she says, Winterson and the Inquisition are gonna be here soon.
Yes.
We should not tally.
Let us go.
So
Does she have anything on her, the Lady of Lanciana?
Are you gonna go check?
Yeah, of course.
Alright. Roll me a wit's notice. Aurelia actually comes with you to assist in the task in case you need it.
Present it.
7.
7? Okay. She's wearing a lot of expensive jewelry.
Bigger jewelry.
You find
So gauche. With an 8 wits plus warfare, because this is kind of the closest thing I can think of as this. I sort of, Rethold sort of looks around and he's like, why does she not take the place of her superior? This is opportunity for her to enact her will, which seems to be of a, I see a head shaking.
Aurelia sort of like looks terrified for a second and she says, I was her pet. The masters won't take me into their circle. they'll replace me.
Well,
I was her killer. I don't think I can enact the strategies she came up with.
it was essentially why I asked what she would be doing. And I said if she didn't want to stay here and had a plan for this, then she'd probably just come with us.
Oh, so you're nodding along, and I'm like, how do you like the name Jose?
I saw her first.
She says it's as good as any. Aurelia is not my name.
Oh,
No.
yeah, this upsets you very much. Why is everyone taking everyone's names? I don't like this.
And so witches can't use it against you, duh!
To protect against the Fae.
Evine gets it.
This is like
Evine is afraid
Yeah.
of children giggling.
Evine will explain to you that this
Yeah,
is
because
like
they're not children.
Don't understand.
Evine would explain to
Freaking
you that it's
shade,
like
damn it.
it's like Inish firewall. It's like you take multiple
That's
names
right.
and then like they pull like the third one down and you're like, no, that's still not it.
That's right.
Joke's on you.
How many accents do you think I have? It's just to throw them off course. So,
Well,
yeah, so she's wearing a lot of expensive jewelry. She does have what look like personal letters sent that she received from home. Family, maybe a lover that she left in Vadache.
I swear if I bring those back and see Mandavi anywhere in there, I'm gonna be so mad. But anyway.
No. What becomes
Mandavi? No, yeah, probably not. But
if you all of them are written in Vadache.
I mean, obviously,
so
I'm
you
not
can-
gonna look at it now. We're leaving.
Sure. But even if you take a moment to skim, you're not sure your original theory is correct.
What? Oh, that she's Vadachi?
She's Vadache. You suddenly got a doubt that that lady was a fate witch.
I kind of wasn't sure one way or another. It didn't actually matter, anyways. She dead.
But yeah, outside of that and like a few personal effects, like she's got like a really nice comb in there. Probably worth a lot, but if you're looking for
I'm looking for intel. I'm not gonna take her stuff.
the intel, like the stuff that she has on her person is intel, but more of a personal nature.
I'm still gonna take it though.
The mother lode is the stuff on the table.
Okay.
Like I said, there's intel reports in there, and there's the direction they were going with. Aurelia does tell you, as you take the letters and you take the stuff on the table, you've effectively crippled the propaganda machine in Liso.
Good.
They still have means to disseminate it, but that was my mistress's strength, was to create a narrative that was believable enough that even the subjugated populace wanted to believe the lie.
Well, we will tell you more, but we came here with a purpose. This was the second of 5.
as this exchange is going, I look at the surrendered. I'm like, you should tend to your comrades. We weren't gentle, but we weren't taking our time either.
You get another from Magnus.
And I'm like, ladies, your carriage is ready.
Yeah, just climb back up.
Magnus makes a show of opening the fucking door that's in tatters because one of the planks is still on the hinges.
Let me get this for you.
It opens and like the planks sort of dangle like
right.
that, and he's like,
Madam.
yeah, there's starting to be agitation. The yard has cleared quite a bit.
Yeah.
You notice a few staff members there that are still having weapons. None of them approach.
Yeah.
They sort of stay.
You better not.
Yeah, they
We
hit
saw
the
them.
like. I'm just a beat cop. I'm gonna wait for backup. I'm not gonna go in there.
I'm 2 months from retirement.
Yeah, that's right.
I'm too old for this shit.
So they're basically just making sure none of the civilians are getting capped, right? And they sort of keep it. So that just leaves like the row to the carriage.
Yeah, every so often I'll be like, tourniquet. Yeah, no one.
Yeah.
It's superficial. You'll be fine.
And then both of you get escorted into the carriage. Magnus sort of dusts himself off, and
The tool is ripped and dangling.
Yep.
It's,
Yep.
glamorous. Yeah, just
I mean, as far as I'm concerned, you did perfectly.
hop on back down the.
Magnus, as he sits, and the horses get into motion.
And Aveen has joined us this entire way, and everyone's like, "Who the fuck is the hat person?"
Wow, she kind of did well.
She was in my cleavage, it's fine.
Right.
Uh,
Magnus was like,
I keep a shadow rod in my pocket.
"You tricked me, but it was fun." So,
I guess.
you know.
you see, parties can be fun.
And they,
It seems like pretty much every party I've been to, I've stabbed someone. So I mean,
This is why we're friends.
yep. The carriage trudges along. Aurelia sort of against one of the windows, like watching as you're going down cobblestone streets. You actually hear again the rumbling of summer showers as you hear thunder, and the patter of rain starts outside just as you see members of the Winter Sun sort of rushing past your carriage, just moving towards the other area. As you hear some screaming and yelling back there, but before long the carriage has moved past and it's headed back to the home.
Oopsie poodle.
One more name has been stricken from the list.
You get back, and he's like, our beds are full. Where am I supposed to put this one?
She looks super like, I can go.
No, you're not going to go anywhere. Goodness.
Oh no, yeah.
Get into the kitchen. We have more things to make.
We can, yeah. They
Yes,
can have my room.
Just fun.
It's finally starting to rain. It feels like home. Me and Maggie
She's
are
still
just gonna
wearing
hang up
this
fucking
like
cots up
beautiful like evening dress, right?
there. Magnus and I are just gonna put hammocks out back at this point. It's gonna be
Eugenia
great.
looks like someone threw her into a blender and she fought her way back out.
Right.
Go make bowls of soup for people. They're very hungry over there. This man, I can see through him. This is not okay.
Right. Close the
And by
door.
this time, everyone is actually healthy. Like,
Right.
there's no one actually having an issue at this point. It's just you being you.
she's just fattening them at this
Yeah.
point.
Oh yeah. No.
She just immediately turned into a grandma.
You got to prepare them for the winter.
She burned through all the steps
Yeah.
and went to Grandma Genia immediately.
Yeah.
What do you mean you don't eat no meat?
That's okay. I cut a squirrel.
That's right.
Close this door. This breeze will knock over this man. Look at him. He's like a skeleton under a sheet.
Oh man.
A ghost?
What?
My grandfather called me that once when
The skeleton under a sheet?
he was at our house and I came up to get a glass of water and I was in bed and I was like I don't know, like 12 and all gangly, and he was like, "You put on your skeleton costume." I was like, "Fuck you, Grandpa." Well, it was probably more like, "Fuck you, Grandpa."
Mm-hmm.
I just came for water. I wasn't asking for this.
Yep. All right. So you set out of the house. There's two ladies in just gorgeous evening dresses.
I would have changed out personally.
Well,
Yeah,
Aurelia's,
Well, when you get there.
Aurelia's dress took a beating. Yours did not.
Yeah, everyone except Genya
Yeah.
is probably dumbfounded by when you walk in that door. Like they
Yeah.
saw you walk
It's
out.
like I swear I had blood splashed on them.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
saw
It's
you
just
walk
not
out
there.
and were silent, and you walked back in and they were silent. Somehow Genya's not affected,
Yeah.
but
I don't
You
think-
stabbed a man. Like you pulled a man to you and stabbed him right in the gut. you should be covered
It just
in
ran
blood.
off like.
right
Well,
now.
now this is the murder dress.
It's
okay.
the weave. It's all
Yeah.
about the weave. You know,
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
that
totally.
it's that good knit.
But yeah, I would still change out, and if I have something a little less formal for Aurelia that she could wear, I would do the same. In fact, I mean, I could just go, okay, I'll tuck it here.
The two,
It's fine.
I was like, Jenny's about to hand her a pair of trousers and a shirt.
right?
I think me and Magnus all but strip in the hallway. Just like, okay,
Right.
that's enough of that.
They strip each other in the hallway.
Veronica comes out, turns right back around.
I'll go there.
Are you sure Veronica doesn't like stand there next to the just like, and then starts taking notes? Because she's always fucking taking notes.
Veronica's awake again.
Yeah. Well, this is new.
She's gonna see all the stuff that she heard about but couldn't see.
Yep. Oh, here. Oh, that's what that is. Okay.
Oh, that's what that looks like. All right. So this is a good spot to hold until next session.
Yeah,
Get
who's
yourself 4 XP,
Woo.
folks.
who are the other? Who are the other three?
The little mousy bitch.
Rafaela Navarro, who's the head of the Winter Sun, right?
Yep.
Is one of them.
Alright,
Who else?
I've got the kill list here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Rafael
Hey,
Navarro.
so far we've done it in the order they were listed. Nice.
Well, that's always nice.
And so that means if we want to continue doing that, next one is, Rafaela, who is the leader of Winter Sun.
Hmm.
Actually, that would be a pretty
Yeah.
good
What
choice
is
for a
it?
next
Or
one.
Queen Aguilar.
You've already been
is-
fucking with
He's
Winter
the
Sun.
master spy, but he's at the university.
Of course, in the middle of where he's working to
Yep.
disable.
And
Yeah.
then Madre Paloma.
I actually think Paloma's probably going to be one of the hardest ones. She seems scary.
Well, she's
Genya saw her.
yeah. She's who Genya is like. No, that's which is. I mean, Genya and Jimena are both like fuck that one,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
but Genya was like this close.
Yeah. The people that you had to do first aid on
Yeah,
were basically the people that
she saw
Madre
through.
Paloma went to talk to.
Yeah,
And she's basically like she's a Mother Teresa type. Like the church speaks so highly of
Well,
her
I mean-
and how nice and warm she is, right? And she's pretty much Cardinal Verdugo's chief interrogator.
yeah. Well, I mean, in that sense, she's exactly Mother Teresa because Mother Teresa believed that suffering was godliness.
Oh yeah,
So
absolutely.
100%.
Absolutely.
So yeah.
So yeah, we will pick back up here in 2 weeks. I think we're
Alright.
all good, right?
Say goodnight, Internet.
Good night, Internet.
Internet.
Good night, Internet.
Internet.
So, good night, Internet.